Efforts to end the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza may falter, but they're still going.
After a weeks-long hiatus, international mediators are back talking to Hamas and Israel over a ceasefire in Gaza. A Hamas official says he's hopeful a deal to end the 14-month war is within reach. Ceasefire negotiations were halted last month when Qatar suspended its talks with mediators from Egypt and the US over frustration with the lack of progress between Israel and Hamas. Bassam Naim, an official in Hamas's political wing, said on Thursday in an interview with the AP there has been a reactivation of efforts to end the fighting, release hostages from Gaza and free Palestinian prisoners in Israel. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The European Union has sent TikTok an urgent request for more information about Romanian intelligence files, suggesting that Moscow coordinated influencers on the platform to promote an election. Hall.com. EPA says it successfully closed more than 1,800 civil cases this year.
The agency charged 121 criminal defendants, a 17.6% increase over the previous year, and also issued $1.7 billion in financial penalties, more than double last year's total. Enforcement efforts included first-ever criminal charges for a California man accused of smuggling climate-damaging air coolants into the United States. Engine maker Cummins paid more than $2 billion in fines and penalties after it was found to use illegal software to skirt diesel emissions tests. Jeremy House, Washington.
Firefighters in Baltimore have their hands full this morning. They're battling a massive wind-driven brush fire. It's burning in a wood. What
in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tablet said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday.
Yes.
We made it to it.
Indeed.
It's Friday. We're right in that smack dab of the middle between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so everyone's thinking Christmas shopping weekend, thinking a lot of people are going to be out doing that kind of stuff.
And I'll be honest, this feels like the end of the longest week of my entire life. Because I feel like this week started last Monday. Because as soon as I left this place, I was immediately on the road going about the business of getting things where they needed to be, and you know, also being a dad on Thanksgiving break, and that didn't really stop.
Oh, look at you go. But yeah, so now you get a little breather.
A little one, because literally I had the kids a couple of days this week because mom had to be in Albuquerque, and then I get them back this weekend. So I'm basically going on 3 weeks of having my kids straight. I understand, I love them. God, they're a lot. I can say that they're not listening.
That's right. It's fine.
I'm pretty sure they're not playing 106.5 on the bus to school.
Never know.
Although, kids, morning to you.
You never know. You never know. But yes, it is Friday. Happy Friday. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day and got wonderful weekend plans. Just to give you all a heads up, I do have a full slate for you. We're going to have Jose Gil Montanades.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I say that right. With FEMA, he's going to join us on the phone here in probably about 5-10 minutes. So I might get a phone call and be like, all right, gotta go. So do that. And then just since I'm talking rundown here, Steve Booker with the Small Business Development Center here in Roswell. He's going to join us talking about their New Mexico Business Conference that's happening on the 18th out at NMUR, looking for sponsors, signups, all that good stuff.
Uh-huh.
So Scott will talk to us about that here in the 8 o'clock. And then Barbara Gomez, Main Street Roswell, will join us here in the 9 o'clock hour, talking all about all the Main Street stuff.
Things are getting
trees a-lighting and all that.
More
stuff.
festive.
Parades a-lighting and festives are-happening.
You know, I'm on that Remembering Roswell Facebook page, and one of the things that I've seen a couple of posts from this season. I guess back in the day, Roswell used to have like angels that we would hang over Main Street.
Okay.
Like all the way downtown.
Like across Main Street,
like across, like banners almost. You know, I don't know if banners are still a thing, or if they're like allowed to be like a thing.
I think so.
But we need to bring that back. Those were pretty, and they really like brought together the whole holiday space. So,
well, I know the one thing that they're in the works and building is like gateways, like to the Main Street corridors. Like when you on Main Street and all that, it'll be like a kind of a banner, but it's more permanent,
right?
And so as a gateway. So maybe with those in place, maybe that sets the table for bringing back the angels or something.
It's one of those little things, like when you go to a town and they just have cobblestones in the downtown area. It's just kind of a throwback. It's kind of nice, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's like our certain intersections thing have like the brick, the crosswalks and all that.
Right.
Pavement. The brick. I always like that too. That's kind of like when you head to usually mostly when you're going to Lubbock and you hit is it Brownfield, or I always get those towns between Tatum and Lubbock mixed up. Brownfield and whatever. One of those you go through and it's got the brick. Like Main Street kind
of thing. I feel like it's like that in parts of Portales
or Brownfield
too,
or one of those. Yeah. I get those towns mixed up. It's it's one of those ones you hit if you're like, I ain't gonna make it to Lubbock. Stop here.
They do it in downtown Freona, but nobody sticks around long enough to see it because it smells so bad there.
Yeah. But I do kind of like those. Gives it a more old-timey feel or something like that. Yeah,
it's like a heritage thing.
Yeah, I would that would be something like if I could, like people have your fantasies or whatever. Like if you could go back in time, I would love to see like what cities and towns. We see pictures, like old-timey pictures, but like during the 1800s, seeing like DC or New York City or any town of any size, Roswell for that matter, and just see. How much different it is, and like the wider because it's coming horses and the dirt and so much dirt.
But the inverse of that is also I've become the guy who points at things and tells you what they used to be.
Yeah.
I used to laugh at my parents doing that to us when they take us back to their home town where they grew up.
Right.
And they were like, "Yeah, that was our school, and that was the post office." I'm like, "Okay, Dad." And now I'm like, "That used to be a Tasty Freeze."
Well, see, I don't have to that as much because I wasn't raised here.
Right.
Although I've been here long enough, but mine's like, hey, that used to be a Slotchkis. Something like that. Mine's not that deep.
Right. You can tell that used to be a Sonic.
Right. Yeah, mine's not, it was like, how long ago was that? About 8 years ago. 5 years ago. I don't know. If it's more than 20, I'm out.
It's always fun, too, when you remember something as being something and somebody remembers it as being something even older than you do.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, maybe that's a litmus test. I'm still okay. At least I'm not as old as that guy.
Well, that's the secret in life, What was it? You want to feel skinny? Hang out with bigger people. If you want to feel young, hang out with older people, I guess.
Some stuff I understand it got closed down because of logistics. Like there used to be a place called The Claim. It was over at it was like a restaurant and a bar.
Okay.
But it was located downstairs
in the basement,
in like this basement area.
I've heard of. I think I've seen like old like newspaper advertisements for it and things.
It makes sense, though, to close down a drinking establishment directly connected to a staircase as being your only means of getting out of there. That makes a lot of sense. You're ah-hawing your way up the staircase.
Arguably one of the most famous bars.
Cheers. That's what instantly popped into my head.
It's Cheers. Yeah, it's got stairs to get it. You stumbling in.
I wonder, did anybody ever close them down because of stairs?
Although it makes sense to go down.
Yeah.
Because it's sure a lot easier to go up drunk than down, I think.
Is it? Well, because you can take your time.
And you can use all four appendages down.
Yeah.
Going down, that don't work so
you
well.
can. So you're talking about crawling up the stairs
it's
like
easier
a
to crawl upstairs than it is to crawl down them. That's all
You know
I'm
what?
saying.
Fair point, sir. Fair point. Although if it's got a good enough handrail, you could always spelunk your way down.
This is true. But, I mean, ideally, they're going to be more sober going down than coming out.
Now imagine all this happening in downtown Chicago. There's your call.
Yep. All right. As I said, my guest is calling here, so let's do this. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll talk from Jose from FEMA on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. We'll be right back.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a few showers possible today. We have a cold front moving into the area. That'll keep us in the upper 40s to low 50s for the high and a fairly good chance of rain. Overnight, maybe a few scattered showers down to 40 and cloudy. We'll start off Saturday with clouds, but getting sunny in the afternoon and mid-50s. Sunday looks a lot nicer. We're back in the upper 60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
This holiday season, Artesia General Hospital is here to help you stay healthy and enjoy the moments that matter most. Whether it's a routine visit or something unexpected, our caring team is here for you every step of the way, because nothing should keep you from celebrating with the ones you love. Visit artesiageneral.com to see how we can support your health and happiness. From all of us at Artesia General Hospital, happy holidays.
There's an old hymn that reads like this: "This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore." Do you sometimes feel like this world will never be right? Or feel like there has to be something better than this life? You should feel that way. The Apostle Paul wrote this: "For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven not built by human hands. Therefore we are always confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord." Paul is saying that our time in this life is temporary, and we're longing for the next, whether we realize it or not. The grace and forgiveness that Christ offers allows us to join Him in heaven, where we can find the perfect peace that this world will never deliver.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us on the phone this morning, back from FEMA. Of course, we have Jose Gil Montanez and Deanna Frazier back with us with FEMA. Good morning. How are y'all doing today?
Good morning. Doing well. You know, it was good to enjoy Thanksgiving with family. It was a short turnaround because I'm back here in New Mexico, ready to serve.
Excellent. Well, yeah, that's I'm glad you at least got to spend some time with family and everything else. Hopefully, Deanna, you got to do the same there.
I had family come to me, so that was wonderful.
Excellent. So were you in charge of all the cooking and cleaning and all the hosting?
I was hosting, however, I went to a very nice restaurant with my family.
Smart. Work smarter, not harder. Like it. Well, we kind of just want to come on to give folks an update on and remind folks about some things with FEMA. I know there's some deadlines coming up to get things signed up for if you want to to qualify for some of these things. Of course, FEMA's still here. They still have their on-site place where you can go to. They're still going to homes here. But I think one of the things I'm starting to see now, and this is something I imagine you guys really want to help with, is people start getting to see claims, and if you're getting denials in claims, what we're saying is please come back to you guys and talk to you, because now you can go through and see, hey, you were rejected for this, but we can fix it and then resubmit. And so that's kind of where we're at now, is like if you did get some rejections and things, don't give up. Keep trying. There's ways to help you navigate through some of that stuff.
And yeah, that's a really key point. There's a denial letter, which is something that FEMA does traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a way to say, let's revisit that conversation about, there might have been some missing documentation. There could have been a need to revalidate impacts to your home. So it's just a missing part of the case. And if for any reason it truly is a denial letter because we find out that you were sufficiently insured, or there might have been some other types of resources that you have received, at least that conversation is going to open up the door if there could be a further referral.
Sure.
And if you visit the Disaster Recovery Center in the Roswell Mall, we also have the state case managers there that can also provide assistance and also tie you up to state and local resources.
Excellent. So really, it's kind of like saying, hey, we see your denial letter. Hey, it's just a couple matter of things here. We can get that through. But if it is something that, no, that's a legitimate reason we can't, but we can't help you direct. But here, these folks they've got some other resources. So even if you still get the denial letter and it's a legit denial letter, that doesn't mean there's not other resources. It may just be not directly through FEMA, but they can direct you to the people that can do more to help you on some of those issues. And so that's why we want you to visit the center. That's why we want you, despite, even if you think just because one stone turned up nothing doesn't mean there's not more stones that there's stuff under there to help you with, if that makes sense.
It definitely does, so I think this is appropriate to just reiterate to everyone that the deadline to apply for FEMA individual assistance is January 2nd, 2025.
Excellent.
So I know people are going to be busy during the holiday season, but take the time to visit the Disaster Recovery Center. We also have some other modes of applying. So you can apply online through disasterassistance.gov. You can call the 1-800 number, which is 1-800-621-FEMA. 1-800-621-3362, or you could download the FEMA app on your smartphone. But for me, I prefer to go to a Disaster Recovery Center. Not only do you have that in-person touch, but they've been in Roswell for the past month. They have seen the impacts. They've gotten to know residents that were impacted. They got to hear the stories, so they know some of the unique scenarios that impact New Mexicans in Chavez.
And that's absolutely correct. But here's the thing, too, is I imagine your folks everyone's story is unique, but everything is similar. You know what I mean? And since we're all dealing with the flood damage, and so, the damage, and so they have a lot of experience dealing with stuff here locally in Chavez County, Roswell area. So if, like you said, you can go through the apps and stuff, and I highly recommend you do both. That way you're talking with the live person here and explaining them. Maybe afterwards download the app and you can kind of, I'm sure the app helps you through navigating through statuses of things and updates. So that'd kind of be like you're just checking in on seeing how the process of stuff's going. But as you're saying, Jose, for that initial contact, come down to the mall, shake hands, talk with someone face to face, and let's sit down and go through your stuff and see exactly where they can help you.
Yeah, definitely. And And the last time I was down there, I did bump into a couple residents that they were still kind of leery about FEMA. You know, they kind of wondered if the process was going to take too long.
Sure.
Or actually reaping the benefits of FEMA. And to date, we've had over $13 million in Chavez County going straight into the pockets of impacted New Mexicans. So that's amazing. You know, just a little over a month in after a declaration.
That's pretty quick for especially for government work. You know, with that kind of money in that short of time. That I know in the private sector they move things quick, but in government that's an impressive thing. So yes, that is something that you're saying, Jose. That is impressive. That I just want to enhance that. Yes, that is actually I grew up in Maryland, D.C. area, so both my parents worked for the government, and so I'm very familiar just how federal employees and how that process works. So they go for correctness, not speed sometimes. So they rather get it right rather than get it fast. So this is why generally things take longer through the government.
Yeah, and that's why it's really important to have that in-person connection with, residents, because we get to hear the stories. You know, not only is it down speaking to that one person, but then they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to reach out to my neighbor who has a similar situation and bring her in. So we've been hearing a lot of that. A matter of fact, last time I was on this call, we talked about serious needs assistance, which was that one-time payment. You know, the deadline already came through, but that one-time payment that, usually several people in a disaster will take advantage of that. But with all the individuals that have applied and been approved for FEMA assistance, we've seen about 98% of those individuals receive that serious needs assistance. That's phenomenal.
Excellent.
And we know it's because of the word of mouth. We also know the media champions like you and others just getting the word out there and advocating for those residents has been phenomenal.
Well, this is the well, I always tell people, thank you. That's all I'm good at. I can people really do the real work. I'm just good at telling people about it. So, but
needed.
That's and this is something when it comes to disasters like this, and it doesn't matter if here in Roswell, New Mexico, or any other place on the world. The needs are the same. You want information. You want, we're all dealing with things that aren't normal, and you're trying to get it normal. And so information is very important. And in the day and age we live in, there's the blessings of it and the curses of that. Whereas you can get information almost instantaneously to people very quickly here. But the converse part is it the accurate information? And so if everyone's on the internet talking, there's a lot of opinions and a lot of things, and that's why it's almost important to, when we have you guys on and talk and say, look, I know there's a lot of things saying a lot of stuff on internet and stuff. This is the way to, if you need help, this is the way to do it. It's too easy to get misinformation in this world right now. So and the last thing when you're trying to get your life put back together is dealing with that kind of stuff. So please, that's what we're saying. Go to the center. Talk to these folks. This isn't about, politics or any of this. Is just about trying to help people get their lives back in order and whatever we can do to make that happen. So if you're needing those kinds of assistance, please don't hesitate. Come down to the mall. Get the process started. Let's get you right as quickly and as best we can possibly do that.
No, and to chime in to that ease of information, this is also the point in time where people have to be cautious about information.
Sure.
So again, that's the reason why people should visit that disaster recovery center, because those individuals are legit. Another thing that I spoke about last time I was on your show was we have teams called Disaster Survivor Assistance. Those were our teams in the neighborhoods canvassing door to door alongside with the state. Those teams are no longer in the neighborhoods. We have oversaturated the impacted areas, and we've seen phenomenal numbers for registration. So we've sent them home.
So they're not needed anymore. So we're just now to the triage, to the point where lots have been addressed, but if you haven't, come on down to the mall and we'll get you taken care of pretty quick here.
Yep. So with that in mind, for people to be cautious, if you have people coming to your doors soliciting as if they're FEMA, ask for a badge.
Gotcha.
Ask for a badge. All of our staff, as well as our contractors that will be conducting home inspections, they have badges. They're not going to ask you for any personal identifying information like your social security number. They're going to refer to a FEMA application number.
Okay.
So that is something that you can test somebody on to ensure that they are legit. To ask
like you said,
that 9-digit registration number. Go
okay.
ahead.
I'm sorry. I know you said that, like you said, that the teams aren't going through the area now, doing their, triage in here. But are there still teams going door to door that they may have already had connections with, maybe they had dealings with? Because the point I'm making here is, so at this point, if you've got people knocking on the door claiming from FEMA, it's more likely not them now, or if you've had dealings, they still will be knocking on doors. That's kind of the question I'm asking.
If it's something unannounced,
okay,
that's not FEMA.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we will be working with the local officials if we have to set up shop maybe at a community center or at a city hall. But all of that will be coordinated, and working with local officials, we'll make sure that the word gets out there.
Excellent.
But for any unannounced visits, you should definitely be leery of that and reach out. I'm going to give you a couple phone numbers. So we have a FEMA disaster fraud hotline, which is 866-720-5721. If for any reason you have a lag time on that call your local law enforcement. Call the Better Business Bureau. You also have New Mexico Office of Attorney General. Or you could just call the regular FEMA hotline, which is the 800-621-3362, 621 FEMA. But make sure you're protecting yourself. So, and it's not just the people that come to your door. It could also be phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
I know many of us have been victims of suspicious emails that will come in. Once again, if anybody's asking for your information, if anybody's asking you to pay for a fee for processing an application or for inspection, that is not FEMA. Our FEMA application process is a free process in order to get you what is eligible through the Stafford Act. So once again, people be leery, have those phone numbers in place because, unfortunately, there is a lot of fraudulent activity that kind of it follows different disaster assistance throughout the nation.
Absolutely, yeah. Those are. Thank you, Jose. Those are something. Yeah, if they start asking for money or asking for some kind of personal information that just sounds, please avoid that. And I would also recommend. I know some people like to mess with these kinds of folks. I'd be careful. You don't, just to hang up. I mean, if you want to try to gather some information to help report them, that's fine, but I wouldn't get too big of in one of the games with some of these folks. You might end up causing more damage than good sometimes. So, but be on your I always talk. People have your intuition or spidey sense or whatever you want to call that. If someone's on the phone and it's kind of raising the hairs on your arms a little bit up, that might be a good indicator. You know what? Maybe you should just And like you said, if you have any doubt about it, hang up and call or come by the office here direct, and they'll be happy to tell you the correct information on things like that. So
yes, because if it is legit and it is one of our FEMA employees, they are not going to be offended.
Yeah.
Many of our FEMA employees have been disaster survivors themselves, so they understand that predicament, they understand that scenario. So we want to make sure not only that people receive the assistance financially and some of the technical support, but that they're also comfortable in their recovery and they feel like they have a sense of hope, especially going into the holiday season. You don't want to have that anxiety going into the holiday season. So that's why we've been pressing hard to saturate the communities. We visited over 9,000 homes before Thanksgiving, and that was really a push to try to get people into a relationship with FEMA as they go through the holiday season and not feel that suspense of, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah. At the end of the day, everything we're trying to do is get life back to normal as much as possible for everybody here. And so FEMA is definitely on your side to do that. The world we live in. So please, if you need help, don't hesitate to go to the mall. If you, like you said, that's what they're here to help. And like you said, to make it, what makes peace of mind with folks sometimes is certainty. Know that you've got something going on in the future here, and so you're right. Let's make it so that you don't have to worry about that. Your house is going to be fine. It's going to be fixed. It might take a little time to get the building back to normal, but it will happen, and that process is done. But as Jose mentioned here early in the conversation, the hard deadline, January 2nd. If you do not get claims in by then, that is the cutoff deadline, and January 3rd, they can't really help you anymore unless you get that claim in by then. So that is something you got to make sure you know. So
yeah, definitely register by then. And one thing I also want to pitch out there is we have the State of New Mexico Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. I know that's a very long name.
It's a lot of words.
But that's the state counterpart, for us. They're the ones that have invited us into the state to do the great work that we've done with the locals.
Gotcha.
They are there at the Disaster Recovery Center. So as FEMA, goes to that deadline of January 2nd, there's still continuity with state case managers to help you not lose that momentum to your recovery. See what other resources are available. Try as best as possible to try to bring back to a pre-disaster status, which is not just your home, it's not just your car, it's also just regular livelihood. Returning back to work, not worrying about access to medical appointments and daycare, all of that wraparound services and support. The state is truly there to provide that case management. So, we're here for that financial support, reinstilling that hope, but the state is really the ones that have that long-term commitment to the residents, and we're here to support as long as it's needed.
Well, we do appreciate it, and I know, and I'm hoping now that we're farther away from the actual disaster itself, that people are now starting to get clear pictures and are starting to get back into those paths, like you're saying, to normalcy here. But if you have not started the process, or if you started and hit some roadblocks, or like I said, just try to do it on your own without maybe visiting the center and you're hitting some stumbles, please bring your case, bring what you got, bring it to you down to the Roswell Mall, to the FEMA support center there in the mall, and let the experts look at it and let them tell you what to do next on this stuff. I get trying to get it done, and you want to be involved in doing it. I get even the control, you got to do it, but sometimes this is what these folks do day in and day out, especially those folks sitting at the mall. They've been sitting here in Roswell for about a month now. They know they're knowing what the needs that Roswell are having. They know exactly the same, because matter of fact, whatever roadblocks or hurdles you're hitting right now, a lot of people are probably hitting the same ones, and they can help you navigate through those things. So please, if you do hit the roadblock, or if you're just like, I'm this is above my knowledge here, just bring everything down to the mall here to the FEMA office there, and let's get the process going. But like I said, January 2nd, that's after that, and then it turns into a pumpkin, and the services end at that point, or the window to apply for those services end. That's what I should say. Is there anything else that we want to mention that we failed to, or whatever? Anything that you guys want to get out that we didn't get to cover?
So once again, I think we've revisited the message over and over again to make sure to apply. For those that have not heard of what we offer, it's not just home repair. So you could be a homeowner, you could be a home business owner, you could be a renter. We also provide assistance for those that have lost personal property.
Okay.
There might be some things that are eligible, others are ineligible. Also, if there's rental assistance that might be required for those that are displaced. So, don't paint a picture of yourself of, I'm not a homeowner, therefore I'm not going to be able to qualify, or
Gotcha.
I have. Just take the case to the Roswell Mall, have that conversation, see what is owed to you to get you back on your feet.
Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely, it makes a great point. If you lost stuff, maybe there's a way to get your stuff back, whether your stuff was in a house or a car or part of your business, whatever that is. So yeah, let's do that. It makes sense. Thank you, Jose. That's a good point. Is there anything else we want to cover?
Once again, I just want to say thank you, Mike. Thank you. We couldn't reach some of these benchmarks if it wasn't for the communication and the support of our media resources. So just thank you for being a champion and advocate for those that were impacted. And for those that were impacted, try your best to work with the resources to start that rebuild, reinstill that hope, find a comfortable place so that you can enjoy the holiday season with your loved ones. That's really important for all of us, so that we can feel like we're getting back to some kind of normalcy. And FEMA's here. We're here. We're going to stay here and support the state until the state feels that there's no longer a need. So take advantage and put us to work.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys, and thank you for staying connected with us and keeping us abreast of all the information that's going on. One more thing before you go, if you don't mind, Jose, give the hours of operation for the Roswell Mall office here.
Yep. So we are open from Monday to Friday from 10 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
And then on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we're closed on Sunday. We're still going to determine what our hours are going to be for Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
But we will work with the locals to make sure that, that resources are available to help with those registrations. But, since we're in the mall, we don't want to get consumed by the heavy mall shopping traffic. So we're
hey, maybe we, if need be, we'll move Santa to the FEMA office there in the mall. We can do pictures of Santa and get all that. Just kidding.
I tell you, that's a good idea.
Get a churro, get your gifts wrapped. We can do it all right there.
There you go. I might have to get my Santa Claus outfit on.
Perfect. Well, Jose, Deanna, thank you very much for joining us here today, and I'm sure we will talk again soon as over the next as we get closer to the holidays, as updates and things happen here, and more information becomes available. So thank you guys so much, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike.
All right, take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that was Deanna Frazier and Jose Gil Montanez with FEMA. Just giving us an update. They, like I said, they're the Roswell Mall location is going. January 2nd is the deadline to get your applications and everything started if you're needing assistance on any of the stuff we were just talking about here. And please go. I know I get, you hear stuff in the news and you get mad and everyone's like, this and that, man. You're in need. You need help. This is the resource. Go do it. This is what. Let them help you and go there, do their thing. And then if you can't find everything you need there, then let's go on to the next thing. But you got to go through the avenues to get it done. Just otherwise, you're making it. I know it's hard and I know it's a struggle. I get it. I've dealt with these kinds of things before. But it is. This is the way. This is the way. And until they figure out a better way, this is what we do. So please take advantage. Let them help you. It is 7:41. Let's do this. Let's pause for news, Kim Commando, and some Chaves County sports update, too. We'll do all that and then come back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now, your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Eddy County leaders have chosen Mike Gallagher as the new county manager in a prepared statement issued Thursday. The county says Gallagher will bring 20 years of experience in government administration to Eddy County. He most recently worked in Lee County. The statement says Gallagher has demonstrated a deep understanding of local government operations and a commitment to public service. His knowledge in managing complex projects, overseeing budgets, and fostering collaborative relationships will be invaluable to Eddy County, the statement says. And the Lee County Sheriff's Office is asking for some help. They're trying to find an armed robbery suspect named Jose Eli Benavidez. Benavidez is 23 years old. He's from Hobbs and is wanted for armed robbery, shooting at an occupied building, aggravated battery, and more. He was last seen in a gray passenger car on the Denver City Highway headed toward Hobbs. You can see Benavidez's picture on the Lee County Sheriff Facebook page. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
A delayed or canceled flight can feel like the ultimate travel nightmare during the holidays. Which airports top the naughty list for the most delays? Find out in a moment. I'm Kim Commando for NordPass. Get 58% off now on this easy-to-use password manager at nordpass.com/Kim. Fort Lauderdale and Miami tied for the most delayed flights last Christmas. Sorry, Sunshine State. Here's what you need to know in case the worst happens. If your flight gets canceled, you're legally owed a full refund for any controllable cancellation. That's anything caused by the airline, like maintenance or crew issues. If it's weather-related, sorry, that doesn't count. They must refund you, though, within 7 business days if you used a credit card and 20 calendar days for any other payment. Pro tip, download your airline's app for alerts and notifications about flight or gate changes. And definitely read your airline's guidelines and policies. Know your rights so you get what you're owed. Enter to win a $500 Amazon gift card. Go now to winfromkim.com. When I started my business, I lived off my credit cards and even had a car repoed. We've all been there, getting deeper in debt every day with interest rates that are out of control. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I sat down with the Chief Operations Officer of PDS Debt. What an amazing service. PDS Debt has personalized options for anyone struggling with credit cards, personal loans, collections, or medical bills. If you're making payments every month on your debt and your balances are not going down, take care of it now. PDS will help you out. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there's no minimum credit score required. Bad and fair credit are accepted. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, too. I checked them out. Get a free debt analysis at pdsdebt.com/Kim. It only takes 30 seconds. I wish PDS was around when I couldn't pay my bills. That's pdsdebt.com/Kim. pdsdebt.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a few showers possible today. We have a cold front moving into the area. That'll keep us in the upper 40s to low 50s for the high and a fairly good chance of rain. Overnight, maybe a few scattered showers down to 40 and cloudy. We'll start off Saturday with clouds, but getting sunny in the afternoon and mid-50s. Sunday looks a lot nicer. We're back in the upper 60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. First round play of the City of Champions tournament in Artesia yesterday, and both Goddard and Roswell were on the in the girls' draw. Goddard had a really good game against Artesia High, leading 43-24 at half. Eventually, the Lady Rockets win 54-47 to move to 2-1 on the season. Aubrey Bolanos with 16 points, Jasmine De Leon with 13, and Carmen Grado added 12 for the Rockets. Meanwhile, the Roswell girls ran into a tough opponent, El Paso Riverside, and lost by a score of 51-38. Both will be back in action today. For the Goddard guys, we're catching up a little bit from back on Tuesday. The Rockets defeated Deming on the road by a score of 58-35. They played, I think, last night against Moriarty on the road, but we don't have a score. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Import tariffs during President-elect Donald Trump's first term broadly lowered stock values on the day they were unveiled and were associated with lower future profits, sales, and employment for the firms whose equity prices were hit the hardest. New analysis by Federal Reserve Bank of New York staff concluded. The number of Americans filing new applications for unemployment benefits rose slightly last week, pointing to steadily easing labor market conditions heading into the final stretch of 2024. U.S. carriers Southwest Airlines and American Airlines lifted their fourth quarter forecast on Thursday, betting on buoyant domestic travel demand during the holiday season and improved pricing. Kroger topped quarterly same-store sales expectations on Thursday, benefiting from a surge in customers shopping for its lower-priced and freshly sourced groceries at its stores and online. Kroger competes with retail giants such as Walmart and Amazon. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
It's that time of year when your home is filled with friends and family. The perfect time for new furniture from Glenn's. Reinvent your living room with stylish power reclining furniture. Make room for the whole family with a big, beautiful dining table. Surprise your out-of-town visitors with new bedroom furniture. Glenn's has quality furniture you'll be proud of for years, and they'll deliver it for free. So hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda in Roswell. Glenn's, making the season bright and beautiful since 1953.
There's an old hymn that reads like this. This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Do you sometimes feel like this world will never be right? Or feel like there has to be something better than this life? You should feel that way. The Apostle Paul wrote this, "For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven not built by human hands. Therefore we are always confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord." Paul is saying that our time in this life is temporary, and we're longing for the next, whether we realize it or not. The grace and forgiveness that Christ offers allows us to join him in heaven, where we can find the perfect peace that this world will never deliver.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
This holiday season, make your Christmas magical with Honey Depot, your one-stop shop for all things festive. Deck the halls with our charming Christmas decorations that will make your home sparkle. Spice up the Christmas meal with our baking goods and cookware. Keep warm with the best selection of clothing and pajamas. Our children's toys will illuminate young minds and bring endless joy, along with hilarious stocking stuffers that will have everyone laughing. Visit Honey Depot today and make Christmas the most magical one yet. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 5:30, and Sunday from 1 to 6 at 104 West Hermosa Drive in Artesia. Merry Christmas from all of us to all of you.
It's huge. It's colossal. It's Roswell Ford's biggest automotive clearance event of the year at our temporary location next to Allsup's on West 2nd and Sycamore Streets. Enter the front of the tents off West 2nd Street next to Allsup's for huge savings from now till the end of the month. The all-new Roswell Ford received massive shipments of new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles without flood damage. To move them out, we've marked them down, way down. Plus, get $1,500 flood assistance cash in hand when you buy any new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your trade or credit? Don't sweat it. We've instructed our staff to take any trade, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. In fact, even if it doesn't run, we'll come get it. So you can upgrade to a new Ford or high-quality pre-owned vehicle for a lot less. And our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit with great terms, even if it's less than perfect. Everyone knows when the tents go up, prices come down. At Roswell Ford's temporary location next to Allsup's on West 2nd Street and Sycamore Streets. Or visit RoswellFord.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Anthony Noble at the Valley Cafe located at 801 West Brasher in Roswell. We want to welcome you for dinner 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays, except Wednesday we close at 2 p.m. If you haven't tried our food yet, I hope you come try one of our dinner entrees, pasta, soups, salads, burgers, and sandwiches, and our weekly specials as well. Let me make you great dinner. Visit the Valley Cafe at 801 West Brasher, the Orange Building across from Church on the Move in Roswell.
Can't see us in person? Find our full menu on DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:51. Got a few minutes before the news here at the top of the hour. Stay tuned next hour, about 8:15 or so. We're going to be joined here in studio by Scott Booker. He's with the Small Business Development Center for Roswell, and I think it's Roswell Ruidoso. But anyway, he's there at his office is there on the ENMUR campus. But he's going to join us next hour to talk about the Small Business Development Center's New Mexico Business Conference that's going to be happening on the campus of ENMUR here on the 18th of December. So he's going to join us next hour, talk about that, all the looking RSVP, what they're going to be doing, all the good stuff there. So that's coming up next hour. Hey, yesterday on the show, we had a great conversation talking about the 25th anniversary reunion of the last cattle drive of this millennium. And this is Tim Hageman. He joined us on the show yesterday to talk about what I don't know, it depends on, you may have been, I just missed this because I was, I didn't move to Roswell to 2000, so I kind of missed I just missed this event. But back in 99, they had the big cattle drive, the last cattle drive of this millennium, and it was a big deal. They put it on, it was on ABC's Good Morning America, broadcasting live from here in Roswell. Sam Donaldson, rancher, of course, it was through his broadcast, who is a rancher here in New Mexico, owns land. He Sam Donaldson Ranch Estate, all that. He was part of it, as well as some other luminaries that were of the time. Richard Farnsworth, if you remember actor Richard Farnsworth, he lived out by Capitan. He was, if you ever seen The Natural, he actually was Oscar nominated for The Straight Story. If you remember that movie where he plays a man that, I can't remember the premise, but he's going to see like a friend 200 miles away and he can't get there. He's older. So he literally like gets on his tractor and drives straight to his buddy, or I don't remember the premise, but he got an Oscar nomination for that. He was also in The Natural, if you remember that movie, with Robert Redford as the baseball player. Wilford Brimley was the manager of the baseball team, Mr. Oatmeal himself, but his assistant manager was Richard Farnsworth, the actor here he passed away back, it was a couple years after 99. I remember but yeah, his house, used to drive right by it. But anyway, I got way sidetracked. So anyway, they're doing a reunion of the cattle drive here now. For today, they're going to be here in Roswell at Cattle Baron at 5:00. And so if you remember the drive, if you were a part of it, in any way, shape, or form, a spectator, they'd love to have you come and be a part, share stories. It's a reunion. They're gathering people together, collecting stories, preserving the history of the event. So they're doing 2 nights of it.
Okay.
Tonight, they're going to be at Cattle Baron here in Roswell at 5:00. And then tomorrow night, they're going to be at the Cattle Baron in Ruidoso, also at 5:00. So you can go to either one. If you live here, I'm pretty sure the one here in Roswell is closer tonight, so you might want to go to that one.
They're bookending the reunion of the cattle drive with the consumption of cattle. I mean, you love to see it.
That's what you're driving them to.
That's right. Driving them to my belly.
So they're having the reunion tonight at Cattle Baron, 5:00 here in Roswell, and then tomorrow night at the Cattle Baron in Ruidoso.
And not to mention they are cattle barons. That's sort of the irony of the whole thing.
Go and have a chicken dish.
How's y'all's fish?
Sure would love a salad.
Oh, you mean in landlocked New Mexico? It's fantastic.
But it is. Hey, why are you listening to me? Stop doing that.
They're always listening, Michael.
I know, but the bubble came up. Like, why are you bubbling? Don't you bubble, Siri.
I'm afraid I cannot do that, Michael.
I do find it funny, though, since we're talking this in Cattle Baron. Mm-hmm. I like Cattle Baron. Love it. Don't get me wrong. But,
Same.
But when one says Cattle Baron, 9 times out of 10, people, I love their salad bar.
Their salad bar. Yep. There's something about having access to just a block of cheese that you can just cut from.
You ain't wrong. I love that too. But it is funny that when you go to a steakhouse and most people, I love their salad bar.
Okay, so now everybody knows what the Sizzler is, but I grew up near a restaurant that a lot of people don't really know about called Western Sizzlin'.
Oh, I knew all the Western Sizzlins.
All right. Western Sizzlin' was well known for having like one of the world's longest salad bars, soup and salad bars. And my family loved going to Western Sizzlin' because you could feed a family of 4 for like $12.50. Mm-hmm. It literally was the scene from Vegas Vacation. You only need the one plate.
That's right. Don't be stingy.
You can come back all you want.
I will give you one better because there was Sizzler, there was Western Sizzlin', and then there was Western Steer, and it was that's what we had.
All right.
And it was basically Western Sizzlin' beats Sizzler.
Nice.
It was that you could. That one was cafeteria style.
Yeah, I miss cafeteria style. That's an underrated that and food mats.
Yeah,
I love the idea.
I do too. That, but the one thing I've always remembered about Western Steer growing up, and to this day, this is the one thing I remember about the other foods. I don't remember so much, but always when you hit the dessert portion of the cafeteria line there. Yeah. They always had that chocolate cream cake thing that was like, it was stacked 3 high and it had like chocolate cake, some kind of whipped cream with the cherry and then the chocolate syrup on it.
Wow.
And that bad boy called my name every time. And I didn't care about nothing else, but I was like, Mom. And so 85% of the time they let me have one.
Okay. See, what I remember from those style of foods is all of the little slices of like mini cake with the perfect almost like they took it out of a packaged dollop of whipped cream on top.
This is the same thing, but it was this 3-layered cake jobber, and boy, howdy did I like that thing.
Always under weird lighting, and also, and I didn't think about this until I was much older in life, the dirtiest carpet I think I've ever encountered in my entire life. If this carpet could talk, it would scream.
I gotta be honest, my 10-year-old brain remembers nothing of cleanliness. All I cared about was that cake.
I just remember the floor being so dark.
Yeah.
And that's because, the carpet used to have a design.
And you know what? It may have been shady as all get out, but I was so laser focused on that cake, I didn't care.
Yeah.
And that's all, to this day, all I remember is that cake.
That's where I learned my buffet style. My technique is from my father.
Yeah.
You use a dry layer as a separator between your layers on a plate. I'm like, you can come back. He's like, yeah, but I'm getting the most done right now.
That's right. Plate.
Making the most of now.
I get it.
And I respected him for it.
Well, you're it's smart. It's about eating smarter.
That's right. Eat smarter, not harder.
That's right. Not healthy, smarter. Difference.
That's right.
Difference. All right, but all of that started. But if you want to, please come out to Cattle Barn tonight, 5:00 for the reunion of the last great cattle drive of this millennial here, and it should be a lot of for folks, especially you got to experience. It's going to be probably a trip down memory lane for some of those folks. But anyway, it is closing in on 8:00. Like I said, next hour we're going to have Scott join us from the Small Business Development Center talking about their event coming up on the 18th. News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. America's job market bounced back in November.
The Labor Department says employers added 227,000 workers in a solid recovery from October. That was when the effects of strikes and hurricanes had sharply diminished employers' payrolls. Last month's hiring growth was up considerably from a meager gain of 36,000 jobs in October. The unemployment rate ticked up to 4.2%.
Correspondent Jeremy House. The pardon President Biden granted his son Hunter is ramping up speculation over who might be pardoned next. Biden's senior advisors reportedly debating whether preemptive pardon should be granted to any current and former government officials who could be in legal jeopardy when the Trump administration takes charge. President-elect Trump's incoming Middle East envoy is already getting down to business.
The Trump administration is not officially in office, but Mideast envoy Steve Witkoff was in Israel and Qatar for high-level talks on landing a ceasefire and hostage deal in Gaza. He met separately in recent weeks with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Qatar's Prime Minister. A U.S. official said Witkoff has kept in contact with President Biden's foreign policy team as the two administrations have agreed to coordinate efforts to free the hostages who remain in captivity in Gaza. Greg Clugston, Washington.
New York police have released photos of a person of interest in the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Midtown Manhattan. Police say the gunman who shot and wounded two kindergartners at a Seventh-day Adventist school in Oroville, California, was mentally ill and was upset about U.S. involvement in the Mideast. The gunman took his own life, the children in critical but stable condition. No reports of serious damage. Injuries from a magnitude 7 earthquake rattled Northern California yesterday, and since then, there have been aftershocks. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 53 points, NASDAQ ahead 134. Townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
To describe the political situation in France as unsettled might be the understatement of the year.
France remains in a state of political limbo. It now has a caretaker government, and Michel Barnier has agreed to stay on as interim acting prime minister. But there's still no clear sense of direction, no budget for next year, and no sign that MPs are any more willing to heed President Emmanuel Macron's call for compromise. This weekend we'll see Mr. Macron hosting world leaders, including President-elect Donald Trump, at the reopening of the fire-damaged Notre Dame Cathedral.
The BBC's Andrew Harding. South Korea's governing party chief expressing support for suspending the constitutional powers of President Yoon for imposing martial law. A stunning reversal makes Yoon's impeachment more likely. The leader of the People Power Party says he understands that Yoon had ordered the arrests of unspecified politicians based on accusation of anti-state activities during martial law. Townhall.com. The head of Britain's armed forces warns the world stands at the cusp of a third nuclear age.
In a speech at the Royal United Services Institute, Admiral Tony Radakin says the assessment's based on multiple simultaneous challenges and weakened safeguards that kept previous threats in check. Britain, he says, needs to recognise the seriousness of the threats it faces, even if there's only a remote chance of Russia launching a direct nuclear attack on the UK or its NATO allies. I'm Charles Tiledesma.
The oldest known wild bird in the world has laid an egg at the ripe age of 74. Fish and Wildlife Service says a long-winged seabird named Wisdom has returned to Midway Atoll National Wildlife Refuge to lay what may be her 60th egg. Wisdom was first banded as an adult way back in 1956. More on these stories. Townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. Let's have a listen. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
It is. A Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Ah, yes, welcome to it.
It is Friday, and I hope you are happy that it is Friday.
It has become Friday, my dudes.
Yes. Is it raining yet? Sprinkling or anything?
It's not. I mean, it's teasing like it wants to.
Yeah, like we are under a chance of isolated sprinkles. Actually, it says isolated showers right now, then isolated sprinkles after 11. So showers now, sprinkles later.
Nice.
But only a 20% fall. But it is overcast. And unfortunately, our high today is 46. What is our high right?
I don't know why this made me think of it, but have you ever heard of Puddles the Clown?
I feel like I have, but I don't.
He did a thing. He's known for being like this gigantic, really evil-looking, like dark. He's done like vines and like short videos.
I think I've seen him before. Yeah, was he on like Stern or America's Got
he was
Talent
on,
or something
I think America's
time
Got
ago.
Talent, probably.
Yeah, okay. That's
But yeah, he did this thing called Puddle's Pity Party. He's actually going on tour next year with Weird Al. He's opening for Weird Al.
Yeah, I heard Weird Al's going on tour next year.
He's doing a stadium tour, and I am desperate to get to Denver because that's as close as he's going to get.
Well, is he doing like the catalog? What's he doing?
I don't know exactly what he's doing, but I just heard he's doing like a massive like rundown of everything.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never wrapped my head around a concert of Weird Al.
See, it's
singing "I'm Fat," and
but no, it's an experience.
like a surge. I know. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
His whole band is like they're like characters in this show. Like there's one guy who's been with him for years. His name's John Schwartz. They call him John Bermuda Schwartz. And I think he's like their like backup vocalist or their drummer or one of those. But he just puts on this like massive show, and then it's like a back and forth between Al and him.
Yeah.
And then there's other characters that come along, and then like every single one of his songs is basically a recreation of the videos that were made iconic.
Yeah, I would be very curious to see it, but I'm just like, it's different. How's that gonna work? So I'd be curious to see it.
I genuinely and I unironically listened to and laughed out loud to the song "Fat" the other day. Like I've listened to that song for years, but I really sat and listened to it and like the lyrics of that
Broke
song.
it down.
Yeah, and it's like the stuff in the background singers are saying is really funny. They're like, when he sits around the house, he really sits around the house. It's pretty good.
Who's fat?
Who's fat?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I loved it. My butt is wide.
Mine is too.
Yeah.
Just watch your mouth.
Sit on you.
Or I'll sit on you.
Ham on whole wheat.
Ham on whole wheat.
Oh, right.
Which always threw me off because it's like, you're fat. Don't you want that on some white bread?
Yeah. Ham on Wonder Bread.
Yeah, but it doesn't really work with the rhyme scheme. So
yeah. Well,
you
Wonder
take what you can
Bread.
get.
Ham on Wonder Bread. Oh, well, maybe. We'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
But I don't know. But now he's got to is he going to incorporate maybe the Weird Al movie?
I'm hoping that this means they're going to that there's another album coming out because it's been years since we had a Weird Al album.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's probably due to get us.
Like I think the last one he put out, one of the parodies was of the song "Fancy" by Charlie XCX.
Really?
So just to put a perspective on how old that album is, a long time ago.
What songs would he spoof today?
I mean, well, and that's the thing is, does parody really work in this day and age? Because everything is sort of a parody.
He would
of
have
itself.
to do like Taylor Swift songs and things that everybody knows.
Post Malone.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to imagine,
yeah.
He's not going to break out like, I mean, as far as like icons, it's going to have to be like a Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
And I would assume that she'd be cool enough to be in on the joke, but I don't know.
You'd think.
Well, yeah, but a lot of people are, more.
I don't know. It was an homage back in the day to be
but
to have
Weird Al
spoof your song.
Yeah, he famously fought with Coolio over.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was kind of a badge of honor.
It was, yeah. But it would have to be like a Taylor. I don't think there's really maybe Beyonce.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe a Beyonce.
I don't know.
Do you think he'd dabble into country now since it's more pop?
I got to imagine he's going to do something with like a Post Malone thing, but with country.
Yeah, I would say I could see him doing that.
But here's the thing: we live in such a weird like meta era that the things that are now considered funny aren't even parody anymore. It's more of like for example, and I said this, I talked about this the other day, or I told Mike about this off air, but this is maybe the weirdest grouping of words I've ever said in my entire life, which is Mark Zuckerberg under the name, crud. I can't think of his DJ name, but he's working with the, what's his name? The auto-tune guy.
T-Pain?
T-Pain, yeah. So he's calling himself Z-Pain.
Z-Pain, nice.
And he's working with T-Pain, and they collaborated to do a version of the Yin Yang Twins, Get Low.
Okay.
Little John and the East Side Boys, excuse me, not the Yin Yang Twins.
All right.
Get Low, but it is a rhythmic version of the song, and it is fully uncensored.
Too bad Prince isn't around. Maybe he could collaborate P-Pain.
It's a heavily auto-tuned Mike Zuckerberg singing from the windows to the walls.
See?
And I can't finish the rest of
when
that song.
When you're a billionaire, you get to do what you want. And that's just proof right there.
True. It is true. It just seems like this most senseless collaboration ever, except for it genuinely makes me laugh.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of a catchy song.
Well,
I'm not going to lie.
Auto-tune can make anybody sound good, even a billionaire.
I hate myself for saying it, but it is kind of catchy.
And that's why the billionaire keeps making billions. Because everyone's like, oh, this sucked. But at home, they're like, he's going to turn into the Nickelback. Like, everyone's like, oh, they suck. But they all own the albums. And they're all, look at this photograph at their houses.
Look at this graph.
All right. Let me give you the rundown. Nickelback makes me laugh because everyone, it's like you got to say you hate them, but I know a bunch of people like, but that one song goes
No, it's true. I've purchased multiple albums of that band that everybody hates because, well, pull back of the curtain. My kid's mom kind of loved them back in the day.
They're kind of catchy. Like at your first, you're like, oh, this is, but then your next thing you know, like an animal. Yeah,
I'm driving.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the word. You got what I meant.
Yes, I did.
All right, it is 7:14. Scott Booker is going to join us here from the SBDC here in Roswell, talking about their New Mexico Business Conference happening here on the 18th on the beautiful campus of Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. So we'll do that here in just a bit.
Scenic greens of Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell.
Although it's December, a little brown out there.
Fine. Some browns. The beiges and browns of ENMU Roswell.
The taupe. Come to the taupe. All right, it is 8:14. I think we should run with that, the taupe.
Yeah, embrace the taupe.
There's something there. Let's check in and see how the sprinkles are coming on your weather.
Isolated.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a few showers possible today. We have a cold front moving into the area. That'll keep us in the upper 40s to low 50s for the high and a fairly good chance of rain. Overnight, maybe a few scattered showers down to 40 and cloudy. We'll start off Saturday with clouds, but getting sunny in the afternoon and mid-50s. Sunday looks a lot nicer. We're back in the upper 60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 42 degrees and overcast here in Roswell. Humidity is at 71%. Winds currently out of the north at 3 miles per hour. Like I said, 20% chance at some showers. They're talking showers till about 11 and then seeing some sprinkles after 11. Then mostly cloudy for the day. 46 are expected high with southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. So we're only about 5 degrees away from our high today. Cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 41, so relatively warm overnight. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. For you Saturday, cloudy early, but gradually becoming sunny. Expect highs in the mid-50s tomorrow. 54 expected with winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tomorrow night. Expect an overnight low of 36 degrees with south winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny skies, warmer, back into the upper 60s, pushing 70 actually. 68 the high there. Southwest winds 5 to 10 early, 10 to 15 for Sunday afternoon. Sunday night, clear skies and an overnight low of 39. And then when you head back to it on Monday, mostly sunny, 67 for a high. Looks like we'll be, there is a slight chance of showers and highs, upper 40s on Tuesday. Wednesday, mid-50s, upper 50s, pushing 60 by Thursday. So it's fall/winter-like temps here for our typical New Mexico, what probably we should be getting. All right, 17 minutes after 8, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then Scott Booker with the SBDC here in Roswell is going to join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
How do you find a roofing contractor you can trust? You can randomly pick one, cross your fingers and hope for the best, or maybe you can ask a psychic to predict who's trustworthy. Here's a better idea. Choose one who prefers using America's most trusted roofing brand, Owens Corning. And rest easy, because Owens Corning screens their contractors for reliability, professionalism, and customer service. Why take any chances? Owens Corning, trusted contractors, proven products. For an Owens Corning preferred contractor, visit owenscorning.com/roofing.
For a free estimate, give Do Right Roofing a call today, 575-623-2273.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
You have a life, places to go, things to do, people to see, but it's hard to enjoy life when you have pain. You don't have to live that way. Softwave Therapy from Premier Chiropractic in Roswell can help you. Softwave's cutting-edge technology is non-invasive and can help your body heal. This new technology uses therapeutic energy waves to activate the body's dormant stem cells to promote natural healing. Sessions are quick with short treatment times. Start healing today. Call Premier Chiropractic at 623-2900 or visit healthyroswell.com.
This holiday season, Artesia General Hospital is here to help you stay healthy and enjoy the moments that matter most. Whether it's a routine visit or something unexpected, our caring team is here for you every step of the way, because nothing should keep you from celebrating with the ones you love. Visit artesiageneral.com to see how we can support your health and happiness. From all of us at Artesia General Hospital, happy holidays.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flantas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Scott Booker back with us with the Small Business Development Center here in Roswell. Good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. And, of course, for folks not familiar, you call home the campus of ENMUR. You got your office down there.
Yep.
And but by no means is it isolated to college work. If you're interested in being a small business owner or are a small business owner looking for resources, you should probably have the SBDC kind of, I would say, on your Rolodex. What's that? Your sound is off. My sound is off? That's weird. Are we dead? I'm about to say, I'm hearing me. You scare me, Roy. Sorry about that. But really, if you're looking for, anything small business, whether it's, trying to grow your business, start a business, need help because you had some issues with the flood beer business, the SBDC is really a great resource for you you should already know it if you don't.
It really is. It is. But it's not, it hasn't really taken off and become real commonplace. A lot of folks aren't familiar because we're hosted by higher education.
Sure.
We are a government program, partner with the SBA, the International Business Accelerator, the New Mexico Apex accelerators, the New Mexico Technology accelerators, to help small businesses develop and grow.
Well, and that kind of gives you the best of both worlds, where you're tapped in with government and the resources and all that, but because it's through education and a little more private sector, I imagine it frees you up to be a little faster than government work.
Much faster. Yeah. Right now, we're running about 24 to 48 hours. So if somebody is seeking assistance or wanting help with their business plan, their operating plan, management plan, marketing plan, operating plan, financial management, systems development, process improvement, we're about 24 hours to 48 away from being able to meet with them. So we're it's relatively close if you call to schedule or you schedule or you request online. we're back to you within 24 to 48 hours to get it on the calendar and start making things happen.
So I imagine some people taking notes, listen to that, might want to talk to Scott here a little bit if you haven't talked to him already. But that being said, the main reason Scott's joining us here today is coming up here on December 18th is the Southeast New Mexico Business Development Conference. It's going to be here on the campus of ENMUR, and this is an opportunity for pretty much anybody that's small business oriented, that looking for resources, information, the how-tos, the how do you plug in and get connected. That you might want to sign up and be a part of this event here on the 18th.
Well, we're excited, Mike. This is our first annual ever Southeast New Mexico Business Development Conference.
First of many, hopefully.
Hopefully. And we will not wait till December of next year to launch the second one.
Okay.
So we're going to build off of the success and keep people moving in the right direction. This is going to be a phenomenal event.
Good deal.
We have morning sessions, keynote speakers covering some big topics, big concepts of growth and development. Really turning the page on this past year and opening up the doors to great success in 2025.
And I imagine because a lot of it you're talking to local people stuff, it's out forecast and stuff, sure, on the national or the international level, but locally here as well too. I mean, you look at some of the local business opportunities that are really going to be dropping in the lap of Roswell here over the next year. I mean, just Reno Air Race stuff alone, that's creating a whole industry and potential new business model for many businesses here.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you can learn more about this and many other of this aspect, not only globally, but locally, these business opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's going to be an action-packed day. We're not only going to talk about, what's coming to Roswell in September, what the air races and so forth and the opportunities, but really go big, international, importing, exporting, cybersecurity, how to protect your intellectual property rights. And
everybody
patents.
can be a local business with one of these right now, with a smartphone.
All you need is a phone and an internet connection, maybe a computer, and you can be in business. And as long as you got those three things, you can do business all over the world.
Absolutely, yeah. And your backyard got really big. But this is the stuff that this event's all about. It's maybe you don't even realize your potential market yet, and this could show you that.
Right.
That's what it's to learn, opportunities to learn, and I'm going to even offer. I don't care how experienced you are in the business world, whether you've been running a business for 30 years or you're new to this. I'm going to take a stab, and there's going to be a lot of information that you'll be equally useful for either person.
Yeah.
And the reason I mention this is because experience is valuable. In 30 years of doing something, you know what? You're probably the best at doing what that is. However, sometimes there's technologies happen. Sometimes there's and sometimes there's a easier way or a better way to do that. And sometimes when you do the same thing every time, you're a little, nose blind to some of that sometimes.
Right.
And so this opportunity could kind of say, hey, you know what? You've been breaking your back doing it that way. Maybe we can offer a way that cuts that time in half or cuts the cost of that in half.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this event's about too. So
Absolutely. We have 12 breakout sessions in the afternoon. Listen to this curriculum. We've got business technology interface, cybersecurity best practices. Are you lender ready? SBA is going to be doing a great session on Are you lender ready and preparation and being ready to get a 7A or a 504.
Yeah, when you have
loan.
your ducks in a row, and it's so much easier than when you gotta you do, and that is a big deal. It's the thing from making a thing a headache to something like that was actually pretty smooth. And it's all about having your paperwork ready, ducks in a row, and knowing the tendencies of what they're looking for. When you do that, it's
we ask.
Yeah.
We ask what people are looking for, really. And if you look at if you go on the website and you look at the curriculum of what we're doing that day. You're going to see what people have been asking for, businesses that are already up and running and growing and building, what they're looking for, as well as in entrepreneurial startups and what they're looking for.
Yeah.
One of the big challenges, a lot of folks here in the state of New Mexico, a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs are not yet government contract certified. We're doing a whole class on government contract 101 to become able to bid on and win.
And the world could be your
contracts.
oyster if you do that right. And next thing you know, your job security, your workload is going to be pretty steady for a while.
That's right. And there are some pretty large contracts. Interestingly, it's the government is the largest employer in the state of New Mexico, state and county and federal government.
Oh, it's probably the biggest landowner too, so that makes sense.
And there are a lot of contracts available that we tend to, I'm sure, get bids on out-of-state providers because we don't have the providers here that have gone through the process.
Absolutely. This is something, and we could talk philosophically about the state of New Mexico all day, but people, New Mexico is this, I feel like if it's handled right, it's a sleeping giant. Like, we're not like certain other states that are considered poor or, last in all these numbers, whereas we may share some of those numbers, but as terms of potential resources and potential, like, we're not a poor state by any, we may be low in these numbers, but as far as money, we got plenty of money. It's just what we do with it, how we do with it, and that's where, this is the type of opportunity, this business growth stuff. This is where New Mexico has the potential where it could be the cut. I mean, from anything. We got Los Alamos, which is the most cutting edge stuff on the planet, to the most ancient stuff on the planet, all within 100 miles of each other.
Right.
We have the resources. We have the things, the tools we need to make this state an amazing place for business and growth. We got a great recipe. We just need the right set of people leading it and creating the right opportunities for that to foster and grow.
That's right. We are right now at the right time in the right place with the right opportunities, with the right support systems in place to do something really special, not just for the state of New Mexico, but really on a big scale. On a big scale, a lot of folks are at that threshold and wanting to expand and develop markets all over because they're discovering there's a huge market for what they do, the solutions that they provide.
Absolutely.
And tapping those markets and excelling in those markets. That's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. So spend the day, December 18th. It'll all be happening here on the campus of ENMUR there in the ITC Center, the Instructional Training Center there in the lobby. And it'll pretty much be there a good hunk of the day. What signups cost? How do you get registered and do all that good stuff?
Well, that's probably one of the better things about it. This is a no-cost event.
Okay. Free is a good bad business model, but good for you to learn stuff.
You need to, but everybody that's attending does need to register in advance, and so you register by going to our website, and that is nmsbdc.org. And on the website, just click on workshops and navigate down to the Southeast New Mexico Business Development Conference. Click it, and you'll get the whole overview and the sign up button, and you can register and sign up. You don't have to be a business to attend.
Yeah. If you want, this is for everyone. If you a business owner, if you're thinking about starting a business and maybe just want more information, or maybe it's a dream, maybe it's the fantasy. You're like, I've always wanted my own business, but I haven't the first clue how to start that. Well,
good opportunity to prepare.
Yeah, start by coming to this thing on the 18th. You may have an idea in your head. How do you make it into a practical working business model? Let's start the process for that.
Excellent. Yes.
And like I said, come, and like I said, it's free, but please sign up. If you can also look for
you have to register to attend, and we do have a limited number of seats available. I was on there looking yesterday. I have 38 seats left.
So it's going quick.
It's going quickly.
So please, you might want to not wait till next week to do this. Maybe get on it today or this weekend. Get signed up. It is first come, first serve. It is
do it
free.
Today.
And come on out. Now let me ask this. On the other side, sponsorship opportunities, any businesses want to get involved in sponsoring? Is there still windows for that, or are we past that point?
We're already loaded on the sponsors.
Okay.
We have great sponsorship representation here at the event. 10 good sponsors. If you want me to give you the...
Please, yeah, sure.
Absolutely. We're working with Workforce Connections and the New Mexico International Business Accelerator, Roswell Economic Development, West, Roswell Chamber, the Hispano Chamber, which has been phenomenal in helping us get going with this. And
matter of fact, I think they're involved in some of the marketing side.
Plug in.
We have ads that we were producing them. I think they were through the Hispano for this event. So,
well, we're excited. Yeah. We're excited.
Please, first come, first serve. But sign up for this opportunity. If you, and you know what? If you're like a 16-year-old kid that's like thinking about business and all that stuff, come
with your parents.
Yes, come and learn this stuff, and because you could be the next Zuckerberg or whomever, Bezos for all we know, sitting there. That they started somewhere.
Yeah, and if you want to learn how to convert that idea into cash flow, this is the event to be at.
Absolutely. So again, it's going to be on December the 18th. It's going to be there at NMUR's Instructional Training Center. It's going to be all day on that Wednesday, December the 18th. The registration, all that will start at 7:30, and then they'll go
from 9 to 5. Lunch at 12.
Yeah,
and it'll be an action-packed day.
And just curious, who's doing the lunch? Like, is it the campus?
We've got a great food services department over there.
I know they do. That's what I'll say. If you have not had lunch on the campus, you should. There's an excuse right there.
Excellent.
They got pretty good eats.
Right.
That's what I was asking. I'm always got to know about the food here. But now, if you're not available here on the 18th, because life's already happening for you, don't hesitate to keep the SBDC's office on your. Come visit. Come by for a visit. Even if you can't participate in the big conference here, but you still want more information, or if you're still curious about being a business owner, the office is always available to you to come on down and ask these kinds of questions and get some of it. But if you kind of want a one-stop shop with a lot of experts and a lot of great folks presenting you with a lot of great ideas and a lot of great opportunities or directions to take a business or how to do that, then you should sign up for the event here on the 18th. But if that doesn't work in your schedule, the office is always here to help you do what you got to do.
Absolutely. I'm biased. I think you should be there anyway.
Yeah.
I think you should reschedule whatever you got planned for the 18th and make this a priority. This is going to be a phenomenal opportunity. Finishing a year strong and starting a year with the right plans, the right goals, the right objectives, the right skills, the right attitude and mindset is critical.
Absolutely.
So our timing is phenomenal.
And knowledge is power. That's just it. And here's the thing, especially with small business, it's most of the people that start the business, they have the love for the product because that's what got them there. They love to make the widget. They love to create the thing. And so they're the master at that. But how to turn that into a tangible money-making thing that is sustainable and all of that, that's where most people need the help. And this is where all of that comes in. You know how to make the widget. Let's make you know now how to sell the widget and make it sustainable and create that widget into a life-sustaining growing business. And that's what this is all about.
That's good. That is awesome.
Yeah. Well, think about it. It's like you look at, always hear numbers about businesses, especially like restaurants, 9 out of 10 fail in the first year or whatever that number is or something astronomical like that. And it's because mostly of these reasons we're talking about here. They love food. They love making the food, but do they know how to manage a waiter schedule? Do they know how to balance the books? Do they know how to order food and not over-order or under-order? Do they know how to create a menu that isn't going to break the bank? These are the things they got to learn, and that's, where the business side and this side comes in to learn. It's all about dollars and cents. If you can't make the dollars make sense, and nothing else is going to make sense, and that's just how it works in the business world. And when you learn that lesson, and the earlier you learn that lesson, the better you're going to do in business.
That's right.
So come hear from experts. Come see what this is about. You have the inspiration and the dream. Now let's put the knowledge behind the inspiration and the dream.
Spend a day working on you.
Yep, absolutely. Again, Wednesday, December 18th. It's going to be the 2024 first annual Southeast New Mexico Business Development Conference. Again, it'll start at 7:30 a.m. with registration. It goes all day there at the NMUR's Instructional Training Center lobby. Please RSVP. It is a free event, does not cost a dime, but please RSVP by going on to the SBDC's website, which I'm going to let you do that. I'm trying to look for it on here.
nmsbdc.org.
Very good. And then, of course, if you also look for the SBDC Roswell, New Mexico, I think Roswell Ruidoso, I think is what it says on there. That's the Facebook page. You'll find a link to this event page. So if you don't remember email addresses, you'll find links to it there, and you can register as well through that too.
Excellent.
But it's free to register, but there's only like 38 slots left as of the 8:30 this morning here. If you want to guarantee you a free slot into this thing, you might want to get on board here today, because if you wait by maybe next week, those 38 slots might be filled up.
It's only 12 more days, and it's going to happen. So
absolutely, and it could be the thing that sets the table for your dream, your life, your career.
Absolutely.
Good deal. Is there anything else we wanted to cover? And of course, don't forget, if you are having questions about anything, don't hesitate to come to the SBDC's office here on the campus here in Roswell, at the ENMUR campus here.
Yep, we're down in the Workforce Connection building, Arts and Sciences building, suite number 112. I'll give you my phone number. My direct line is 624-7133. 575-624-7133, and give us a call or go online, sign up for counseling, sign up for the event.
Set up an appointment,
and take advantage of the opportunity that's right before you. We have some phenomenal speakers that have eons, 30 and 40 years of experience doing what you do and
succeeding.
Why? If you can learn from people that have had 30, 20, 30, 40 years of experience, and you can spend a day to learn that, why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Absolutely. It's literally like, to put like sports analogies on it, it's like getting football lessons from Joe Montana. It's like getting, you know what I mean? Or we'll say, I'll go with a coach then, Joe Gibbs. It's like getting coaching advice for football advice from Joe Gibbs.
Right.
These are people that are the top levels of what they do, and you're getting to pick their brain. I mean, that's you don't get opportunities like that. This is, so talk to these folks that have probably been in your shoes, maybe even worse, farther down the rabbit hole than you think you are sometimes, and you see where they're at today, and and I'm going to take a stab that when you're done talking with these folks, you're going to find it's a combination of a lot of things. Organization and all that's key. But I think part of it's just it's the mindset. If you got to have if you're like, hey, you're ready to put your head through the wall to do what you got to do, and you're willing to pivot when need to pivot to succeed. And once you understand that, then you're going to be probably one of these people in 20 years talking at one of these things to other people about your business.
That's right. That's right.
So, again, go to the website or go to the Facebook page and sign up here December 18th. All registration, everything starts at 7:30. The actual conference will start at 9 a.m. and goes all day. Lunch will be included. It is completely free, but you got to RSVP. And there's only about 38 slots left, so don't wait. Get her done today or tomorrow to do that. So
awesome.
We'd
love to have all of you come.
Well, we appreciate the visit, and we got to get you back in here more often just to say, hey, business, you should do that stuff.
Love to do it.
Yep. And I'm telling you, for folks looking to start businesses here in Roswell, you're kind of hitting. This is almost like I'm serious, and I'm not trying to say this could be kind of like the old. The 49ers and the gold rush and that kind of things that are going on west and silver mines popping up, although this would be much more sustainable. But this Reno Air Race thing could be that level-esque thing for Roswell and this community. When that thing comes to town, the businesses, the growth, the people, and for you to get a business right before all that happens, you might be just, it could be the to just draw comparisons, the internet boom of the 90s before the bot, you know what I mean? You could be getting in on that when it was the good time to get in on that.
That's right. That's right.
Not the bad time later on.
And remember the 7 Ps. You remember the 7 Ps? Proper prior preparation prevents pitiful poor performance.
I think I heard a more saltier version, but yes.
This is it. Yeah. This is the opportunity to prepare.
Absolutely.
And be prepared.
Yeah. You're kind of riding the wave at a really unique time in Roswell's, and if you keep your ear to the ground, pay attention, and maybe go to events like this, you can kind of tap into some of that.
Absolutely.
So, good deal. Well, Scott, as always, appreciate the visit, and we'll look forward to next time. And if I don't see you before Christmas, please, Merry Christmas to you and your family and everybody else.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good one.
Happy holidays.
It is 8:42. Let's pause for some news, your Chaves County sports update, and your Red Apple stock market report, and a few commercials to pay for lunch. Don't go away.
Now, your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Sorello. Eddy County leaders have chosen Mike Gallagher as the new county manager in a prepared statement issued Thursday. The county says Gallagher will bring 20 years of experience in government administration to Eddy County. He most recently worked in Lee County. The statement says Gallagher has demonstrated a deep understanding of local government operations and a commitment to public service. His knowledge in managing complex projects, overseeing budgets, and fostering collaborative relationships will be invaluable to Eddy County, the statement says. And the Lee County Sheriff's Office is asking for some help. They're trying to find an armed robbery suspect named Jose Eli Benavidez. Benavidez is 23 years old. He's from Hobbs and is wanted for armed robbery, shooting at an occupied building, aggravated battery, and more. He was last seen in a gray passenger car on the Denver City Highway headed toward Hobbs. You can see Benavidez's picture on the Lee County Sheriff Facebook page. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. First round play of the City of Champions tournament in Artesia yesterday, and both Goddard and Roswell were on the in the girls' draw. Goddard had a really good game against Artesia High, leading 43-24 at half. Eventually, the Lady Rockets win 54-47 to move to 2-1 on the season. Aubrey Bolanos with 16 points, Jasmine De Leon with 13, and Carmen Grado added 12 for the Rockets. Meanwhile, the Roswell girls ran into a tough opponent, El Paso Riverside, and lost by a score of 51-38. Both will be back in action today. For the Goddard guys, we're catching up a little bit from back on Tuesday. The Rockets defeated Deming on the road by a score of 58-35. They played, I think, last night against Moriarty on the road, but we don't have a score. The Sports Report is brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a few showers possible today. We have a cold front moving into the area. That'll keep us in the upper 40s to low 50s for the high, and a fairly good chance of rain. Overnight, maybe a few scattered showers down to 40 and cloudy. We'll start off Saturday with clouds, but getting sunny in the afternoon and mid-50s. Sunday looks a lot nicer. We're back in the upper 60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report.
I'm James Flippin. The November jobs report will be in focus today, as yesterday U.S. stocks closed lower and the price of one Bitcoin officially hit $100,000 for the first time, later trading below that number. And also we learned that the U.S. trade deficit shrank in October, largely as a result of a decline in imports. Weekly jobless claims rose and hit a one-month high during Thanksgiving week. General Motors CFO Paul Jacobson says the automaker is ready to shift its strategy of having an all-electric vehicle lineup in the next decade, but Jacobson says that could depend on President-elect Trump easing environmental regulations when he takes office. MicroStrategy and Coinbase both gained for the session in connection to the crypto industry as a whole and its rise, as we said, given that Bitcoin touched the $100,000 mark. Lastly, Amazon's being sued by Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General for allegedly hiding the fact it doesn't provide its fastest delivery in some city neighborhoods. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 248 points, the S&P 500 down 0.19%, and the NASDAQ Composite down 0.18%. With business, I'm James Flippin.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report.
Janine Pirro here with an urgent warning. A financial war is coming and your savings are at risk. While inflation continues to kill the dollar, America's enemies have launched a final attack on the dollar. That's why thousands of Americans are shielding their savings with gold and contacting the experts at Colonial Metals Group. For a free 2024 gold guide that explains everything you need to know, go to freegoldguide.com/Pirro or call 800-965-8004 for your free gold guide and find out if you qualify for up to $7,500 in free silver.
Whether it's NFL on Thursday, Sunday, or Monday night, college football on Saturdays, or Roswell Coyote and Goddard Rocket football on Friday, Game Day Roswell is your #1 destination, with a kitchen open for all your favorite snacks and apps, and a stocked bar with a full line of beers and spirits, with happy hour pricing all the time, including $4 bottles and $5 16-ounce tap. And try the Game Day signature shot, Cinnamon Rocky Mountain Honey Whiskey, open Monday through Friday at 3, Saturdays at 11, and Sundays at 10:30 at 913 South Sunset in Roswell. Game Day, the place to go for football.
It's huge. It's colossal. It's Roswell Ford's biggest automotive clearance event of the year at our temporary location next to Allsup's on West 2nd and Sycamore Streets. Enter the front of the tents off West 2nd Street next to Allsup's for huge savings from now till the end of the month. The all-new Roswell Ford received massive shipments of new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles without flood damage. To move them out, we've marked them down, way down. Plus, get $1,500 flood assistance cash in hand when you buy any new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your trade or credit? Don't sweat it. We've instructed our staff to take any trade, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. In fact, even if it doesn't run, we'll come get it. So you can upgrade to a new Ford or high-quality pre-owned vehicle for a lot less. And our aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit with great terms, even if it's less than perfect. Everyone knows when the tents go up, prices come down. At Roswell Ford's temporary location next to Allsup's on West 2nd Street and Sycamore Streets. Or visit RoswellFord.com.
The weather is changing, and what is cooler than being at the Cow? Well, we can't think of anything. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop in Roswell is your authorized Brothers sewing machine dealer for Southeast New Mexico, and they're all on sale right now at the Calico Cow. New fabric styles for fall are here, and holiday and Christmas fabrics continue to arrive daily. If you're still stitched to your own machine and you just want a tune-up, call for in-house maintenance, 575-639-2586. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the Cow.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true. Trust me. When you're active, injuries happen. Don't let them keep you on the sidelines. Make your comeback stronger with Soft Wave Therapy. Cutting-edge treatment to get you back in the action. Soft Wave Therapy is non-invasive and offers quick treatment with little to no side effects. This is the same technology used by the nation's top universities and professional athletes. Get back into the game. Give Premier Chiropractic a call today at 623-2900 or visit healthyroswell.com.
Maybe your AC unit needs a little tender loving care. If you don't know where to turn, then you don't know Jack. In fact, they're downright funky. Let the boys at Fergie's Plumbing and Heating get your AC unit ice cold, just like some of my lady friends. Don't let any fool make you lose your cool. Fergie's Plumbing and Heating. If you don't know Fergie, then you don't know Jack. 632-2660.
There's an old hymn that reads like this. This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Do you sometimes feel like this world will never be right? Or feel like there has to be something better than this life? You should feel that way. The Apostle Paul wrote this, "For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven not built by human hands. Therefore we are always confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord." Paul is saying that our time in this life is temporary, and we're longing for the next, whether we realize it or not. The grace and forgiveness that Christ offers allows us to join him in heaven, where we can find the perfect peace that this world will never deliver.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Elephants use these skin folds on their bodies to crush mosquitoes. Mike Winters uses his to hide M&Ms. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 51 minutes after 8 o'clock. Next hour, about 9:15 or so, we'll have the folks from Main Street Roswell join us here. I believe Barbara Gomez will join us, and she may have one of the other Main Street folks with her as well, talking all about, Light Up Christmas, all the good stuff they've got planned here coming up. So we'll talk all about that next hour. So I've been, like, my streaming TV viewing things, I kind of have, like, certain shows, things I check out, keep my, like everybody else does. And so I kind of got, like, through some stuff. Like, I about a month or two ago, I started watching on the Max app the show Silicon Valley that came out several years ago, and it ran its course, and I never watched it. And it's done by Mike Judge, who's the guy that's done the movie Office Space, Beavis and Butthead. He's the creator of that, amongst King of the Hill, amongst other things he's done. He's, if you know him, you know him. If you don't, you probably don't care anyway. But most people know. So him and a couple other guys created a sitcom that was an HBO sitcom called Silicon Valley, and the premise was young guys that doing a startup, kind of a Bezos type thing. And so I finally watched that whole thing and finished the series up last week or the other day. By the way, I liked it. I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. If you like Mike Judge type things, then you're probably gonna like this one. It was good. But anyway, so then I realized after I watched that series that I'm like, dang, there's a bunch of stuff I started and didn't finish. So I've got them done. Like I got on Hulu, and I never finished the Aaron Hernandez FX thing on him. So I finally watched the last couple episodes of that. By the way, they did a good job of explaining that story. And I also think they did a good job of, because they didn't excuse him for his deadbeatery.
Sure.
I mean, what he did and killing all it. I mean, it's just. But I also think they did a good job explaining, this dude was messed up from the beginning, and just maybe we should have caught some stuff first.
Right. There's a lot of stuff that in hindsight people find that is just,
His brain, once they did the soup, of course, Junior Seau, and he's no different. Like they were saying, after explaining his brain, they were amazed that he was as functioning as he was. And to be honest, they would have said in 10 years, he would have been pretty much a vegetable.
Yeah, we didn't really give any credence or lending any kind of credit towards CTE as being a thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at, and Chris Nowitzki, who is he was a pro wrestler. He actually retired from pro wrestling and became essentially a neurosurgeon. He is the forefront of the CTE Institute. He
Makes
basically
sense.
Created this institute, and their whole goal is to bring awareness to CTE.
And that's awesome, because to be honest, that's how we make breakthroughs, is people with a passion for it. And the most people with a passion for it have usually had some loss because of it. That's
and
just,
and honestly, a lot of it started or sort of accelerated because of what happened with Chris Benoit.
To be honest, I'm not trying to say this but what we learned from Junior Seau, Chris Benoit, Aaron Hernandez, and some of these others, yes, what they did was heinous, and what we talk about and all that, but we are learning from the mistakes.
Yeah.
And the fact that now all of that stuff, I'm not saying they got it right yet, but at least people are aware and people are trying to, and there's active. I mean, you look at the NFL today and you see the people with the bubble helmets and you're kind of like, oh, that looks stupid. This is what's saving lives.
Right.
I mean, okay, you don't like the big bubble helmet, fine. But really, I'd rather have a bunch of guys running out that and keep playing football. You know what I mean? It's just like, is that your hang up, that the helmet looks goofy now?
Now, I've had the argument presented that football would be safer without helmets at all. But I don't know 100% how much I believe in that, because the idea being you wouldn't go for a head connection with someone else or any kind of head injury if you don't have protection.
I don't know if I agree with that statement, but here's the problem. The time in which we did these things, I don't think there was accurate records of stats kept.
It's true.
Like, I'm pretty sure those players that wore no helmets or little helmets, I'm going to say those guys probably lived half the lifespans they were supposed to live.
Probably, yeah.
But that being said, we don't, and they probably didn't know or understand. Certainly, we didn't know it in the 80s. We certainly didn't know it back then. You know what I mean? Like, I just think there's. I don't know if I agree with that statement simply because
the idea,
if you collect stats like we collect stats today, I think you're going to find it was way worse back.
Well, the idea is it's connection from rugby essentially.
Yeah.
If you look at rugby as a sport,
sure,
they don't really helmet up necessarily.
Well, football didn't either.
Right.
And I mean, part of it, yeah. I mean, sure. You put a bunch of gear on you, you're going to feel indestructible. You start running into the brick wall.
Right.
And without that, you're less likely to run into the brick wall. But I don't know. I mean, but part of it, too, is athletes are not the same today.
All I could think of just now was the cup test.
Right? But, like, and this is, I know some people get mad, and this is because you had the sports debate. Who's better? Babe Ruth or, and I'm like, here's the difference. It's really hard to compare an athlete from the 30s and 40s to an athlete in the 2000s.
Right.
Because the training regime, the whole thing, I'm going to tell you right now, the 2024 athlete is going to run circles around there's heart and there's everything else, but there's too much science. There's too much, studying on what puts in the body, what comes out the body, what they do to the body.
Sure.
That back then it was, rub some dirt on it and go out there and do it,
I wouldn't take anything away from one of the greats like Wilt Chamberlain, but the reason he was able to set numbers like that was because of who he was playing against.
And the game has evolved, any game. And it doesn't matter what it is, baseball, basketball, how they play basketball in Wilt Chambers' era is not the same as how they play basketball in LeBron James' era.
Exactly.
How they play baseball in Babe Ruth era is not how they play baseball in the modern era. They just don't. And so you got to factor some of that in. That's why it always gets me when I see the sports nerds. And that's what you are. You just like sports. You're nerds too.
You're nerds for ball playing. You're geeks like the rest of us.
And they love to have those arguments. No different than who's better, Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker. They're the same people having, Joe Montana would totally kick. This is what they do. And I'm telling y'all, it's really hard to pair it because it's really comparing apples to oranges.
I mean, you just got to look at the players from like the 60s in the NFL. Like, just look at them.
Yeah.
Have you seen them?
Yeah.
They look like Chicago refrigerator salesmen.
They look like construction workers.
Right.
Yeah. They don't look like, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, they're not well toned out.
Yeah.
Like you put one of those up against like a Tom Brady, it's laughable. But
look at Tom Brady.
They were legends.
Look at the evolution of Tom Brady. Like if you take rookie Tom Brady and then modern day Tom Brady, not even the same. Like
they did that though.
I know, but he's way more cut.
He's
way more cut, way more everything. We got to go here, but Tom Brady's the weird one. He actually got healthier.
Yeah, he beat his old numbers.
Yeah,
it's like wow.
But that being said, that guy probably, like I saw him eat like normal food on something the other day. I said, oh, he's spitting that right out. Like he was on it was turkey and stuff on the Thanksgiving. He was chowing down. I was like, oh, he's spitting that right out because that man's very picky on what puts in his body. We got to go on the other side. We'll be back.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. On its face, it sounds impressive. America's employers hired 227,000 people last month. But Heritage Foundation economist E.J. Antoni says when you dive deeper into the numbers, things not quite as rosy as they appear.
We continue to see this unprecedented divergence between the number of jobs being added to the economy and the number of people who are actually employed. The latter has been going down even as the former goes up.
Antoni says number of full-time jobs continues to shrink as part-time employment expands. President Biden's reportedly considering preemptive pardons for current and former government officials who could find themselves in hot water when the new Trump administration takes over.
Two people familiar with the matter say deliberations have largely been among White House lawyers, but Biden himself has discussed the topic with senior aides. They say no decisions have been made. The preemptive move would be a novel and risky use of presidential power. Pardons are historically afforded to those accused of specific crimes, usually those already convicted.
That's correspondent Ben Thomas. A federal appeals court panel has upheld a law that could lead to a ban on Chinese-owned TikTok in a few short months. Resounding defeat for the social media platform as it fights for its survival in the U.S. There could be an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. Seems like the NYPD zeroing in on a person of interest in the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Investigators now know how the individual got to New York and where he stayed. Police have also released photos of the suspect, the pictures lifted from surveillance video. Watching Wall Street this morning, the Dow is 63 points higher, while the Nasdaq is up 134, and the S&P better by 21 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
The rates may apply. The head of South Korea's governing party now says he supports impeachment of the country's embattled president.
He's been in there meeting with his own legislators all day today and apparently has been having difficulty in persuading them to come behind him to support the impeachment motion. So this is still a very fluid situation, also very odd that we're now, 60 hours since the lifting of that martial law order, but we've heard nothing from President Yoon. He appears to be holed up in the presidential building on the other side of the river from here. We don't know what's going on in his mind, but he certainly has told the leader of his own party that it's not time for him to speak to the public or to legislators here yet.
The BBC's Rupert Wingfield-Hayes in Seoul. Iran says it conducted a successful space launch, the latest for a program that the West alleges is all about strengthening Tehran's ballistic missile program. News and analysis, townhall.com. A troubled federal prison and some of its satellite facilities are being shuttered.
The Federal Bureau of Prisons told employees and Congress the women's prison in Dublin, California, and its deactive minimum security prison camps in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Colorado, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Florida are shutting down. The reasons being given are inadequate staffing and high costs. 7 months ago, the California prison was temporarily closed in the wake of staff on inmate abuse. Hundreds of people who were incarcerated at FCI Dublin are suing the agency. The Bureau of Prisons says this is not downsizing. It is committed to finding jobs for every affected employee. Ed Donahue, Washington.
The NBA returning to China next season. The league has struck a deal to play preseason games there. Over 5 years ago, the league was banned for not punishing a player who had tweeted support of pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. Let's have a listen. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Happy Friday. It is Friday. Finally made it. Happy Friday. Hope your Friday is going super swell. I hope you are having a wonderful day. As maybe it's kind of the busy weekend in some aspects, but maybe the calm before the next busy thing kind of weekend, depending on how you plan and scout out the weekend. Because we just had the Thanksgiving weekend. Everyone's probably still a little bit turkey coma from that. Christmas is just two weeks away, something like that. We're not that far. 20 days out, 19 days out officially, I think, if you got your advent calendars and all that going on. So this weekend could be busy as people get ready for Christmas, shopping, and all that. So that side. But then the last minute people, you're probably doing nothing, and you're like, Christmas shopping? It's only the 7th and 8th? No. I don't start looking at that stuff till the 23rd or 4th. So for them, but so it's kind of a middling thing. You know what? I might do a double duty here. I'm going to give it turn you on.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike, for turning me on. I actually weirdly I did Black Friday shopping on Black Friday for like presents for the kids and stuff.
That's weird for you.
It's very weird. It's very out of character. But we're surprisingly more ready this season than we have been in past seasons.
As a guy that does a lot of last minute himself, I don't know why my brain takes me there, but it does. But I so like it better when I don't do that.
Yeah,
like when I actually say, "Oh my gosh, I've actually planned and prepared it." There is a sense of like accomplishment, a sense of relief that's one less.
Like, I don't have to do that
thing
now.
I've got to tackle.
Right. Yeah.
There is a nice feeling there.
That being said, it almost never comes up, so the incentive must not be that great.
Well, I just and when I do it, I'm like, I should do this all the time, and then I don't, and I'm like, why don't I do that?
Right. By the way, real quick, I got a message from Carrie Moore just a few
I saw
ago.
one. I didn't get a chance to open it yet, but I saw one came in, but I didn't get a chance to read it yet.
There's a flood resource meeting today.
Okay.
It's for groups who provide resources to those affected by the floods. Today, they're going to be discussing the long-term recovery plan and creating a lead group from different community sectors. They're going to be looking for folks who would be good on committees like communications, construction, HVAC, solar, disaster case management, emotional and spiritual care, the finance committee, and then unmet needs committee, as well as a volunteer committee.
Oh, wow.
So they're looking for folks like PTA groups, Rotaries, nonprofits for the volunteer groups, for for the unmet needs, faith-based organizations, community foundations, things like development directors, grant writers, and event planners for the finance committee, and folks like pastors, chaplains, and psychologists and counselors for the emotional and spiritual care section. So
that is a lot of things.
It is a lot of stuff.
So when is this meeting, and where is this meeting?
This meeting is going to be held today at 500 North Main, Suite 102.
Okay. And what time?
That's from noon to 1.
Noon to the lunch hour today.
Noon to 1 at 500 North Main, Suite 102.
Okay. Since Carrie Moore, she's with the Chavez County Health Council. I can tell you right now, if you have more questions about this event,
811.
211.
211. 211.
Yeah.
The other one's not the right. Yeah, that's something different.
211 is your
811 is who you call when you want to dig, right?
Yeah, so you need to mark lines to dig. That's 811.
That's right. If you've got questions about the flood, don't call 811. They can't help you.
Although, unless your wires are floating away, maybe not. But anyway, no, 211, call that, and that's the Chavez County Health Council's, and really kind of been the flood resource hotline. It's kind of evolved to that over the last month here with on top of that. But if you have any questions related to medical things that are non-emergency, obviously, 211 is your official resource. Keep that handy in the back of your noggin in case you ever need it. But if you need more information about the event here, again, it's at noon. They're on North Main. What was it?
500 North Main, Suite 102.
Yeah, from noon to 1 today. It's a resource information meeting on all flood things, from physical needs to spiritual needs to whatever needs, it sounds like. So they got you covered there. So thank you, Carrie, for sharing that with us. So appreciate that. You know what? It's 11 minutes after 9. I'm not Barbara Gomez from Main Street Roswell is going to join us, but I also have Larry here. Larry Martin with the Lions here with Midday Lions. So, of course, 'tis the season for carriage rides and all that. So You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk to Larry for a few minutes, and then Barbara comes in. We'll talk to her a little bit.
Sounds good.
But you got a smile?
I just have to ask Larry a personal question.
Larry?
Not personal, but
you might want to get nervous because Sean's got a personal question to ask you.
I just want to know if they were ever able to repair the floorboards of the.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything, sir. I didn't do anything.
What'd your kids do?
My kid's mother.
Blame it on the ex.
Broke through
the
Well, she's not listening either. Although she has been known to check in on the chat every now and again. She broke through the floorboards. I don't know if it was last year. It was one of the last times we went on the carriage ride.
You're gonna go out there and Larry's going, "You're the one."
It was you. It was among one of the hardest I've ever had to try to not laugh times in my entire life.
You're like, if I laugh, I'm in trouble. If I laugh, I'm in trouble. If I laugh, I'm in trouble. But it's going to be worth it.
But yeah, I assume it's been repaired, but I just need to check in with Larry.
Well, now it's a holy carriage.
Well, 'tis the season.
All right. So let's do this. Yeah, let's take a break for weather commercials, and we'll talk with Larry here from the Midday Lions and talk on that here in just a bit. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a few showers possible today. We have a cold front moving into the area. That'll keep us in the upper 40s to low 50s for the high and a fairly good chance of rain. Overnight, maybe a few scattered showers down to 40 and cloudy. We'll start off Saturday with clouds, but getting sunny in the afternoon and mid-50s. Sunday looks a lot nicer. We're back in the upper 60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
There are 3 key phrases that need to be spoken on a regular basis in a healthy marriage. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
You know, for over 20 years, Julie and I have been sharing these 3 key phrases, and here they are. I love you, I'm sorry, and I forgive you.
Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ, God forgave you.
You know, it's so easy to expect others to love us, to say I'm sorry, and to forgive us. But you know, it's really a gift that we give each other. You know, the Bible teaches us we sow and we reap. Sow into your spouse, I love you, I forgive you, I'm sorry. And then you'll reap a harvest in return. Someone has to start the process. Let that be you today so you can really enjoy your marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
I'm Kyle Stepp, a proud New Mexican, para-triathlete, and Be Well customer. After I lost my leg, I found a new purpose in life. With the help of Be Well, New Mexico's health insurance marketplace, I can push myself to be the best athlete I can be. Be Well connected me to low-cost, quality coverage from providers I trust. I stopped worrying about medical bills and started living my best life. Sign up for affordable coverage today at BeWellNM.com.
Registration for the spring semester is on now at ENMU Roswell. A great career in healthcare, arts and sciences, or technical trades is waiting for you. Now's the time to skill up and get certified. Register today for spring 2025 classes and talk with an advisor. Log on to roswell.enmu.edu. ENMU Roswell, success starts here.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
Check out some of the outstanding bargains you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. Family-sized Craven Flavor meat or 5-cheese lasagnas are $11.59 each, and bags of Craven Flavor pepperoni pizza bites are just $6.98 each. In produce, snack-size oranges are 8 for $1, and red seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound. In the meat department, boneless, skinless chicken breasts are $2.49 a pound, and whole boneless pork loins are just $1.99 a pound. These are just some of the outstanding bargains you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 16 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, wearing his Midday Lions hat this time, not his Literacy Council or one of his many other hats. But Larry Martin back with us this morning. Morning, Larry.
Morning.
How are you doing today?
Hey, I'll talk about anything.
That's right, he will. And but yeah, of course, you may know Larry from Literacy Council. He comes on talk about that, which I imagine you guys will probably start playing in another Knowledge Bowl here pretty soon.
Sometime after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so that'll be coming up. We'll be talking more about that. But today, it is the holiday season, which is one of the big traditions of the Midday Lions here in Roswell is their carriage ride season and going out and seeing the Christmas lights and having cocoa and getting a carriage ride through town. It's really nice.
We go through one of the best lit neighborhoods.
Yeah,
and it's really nice. And we sing carols.
Yeah,
you get to listen to me sing, which is not really that
good. Well, put your earmuffs on. It's really cool. But yeah, it's just bringing in the Christmas season and just celebrating it, and it is a fundraising event. This is one of the major fundraisers for the Midday Lions, so they can do all the charity work that they do in the community here. So this supports that. So, but I will warn you, reservations usually fill pretty quick, and so it might behoove you to reserve a time sooner rather than later for this year's Christmas ride. So
you can go to RoswellMiddayLions.org.
Excellent. What's the weekends you're going to be doing the carriage ride?
We're starting next week, 13. We're going to do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights.
Okay.
So it'll be 6 nights.
Excellent. Weather permitting, of course.
Right. Well, no, whatever the weather is, we usually do it. We've had it down to 0 one year.
Well, if we get another flood, you might
froze our buns off. But
yeah. Weather. They will do it no matter the bad weather. But obviously, if it's an extreme weather, then
you're right.
You're shutting everything down because. Who wants to do that?
Well, it's amazing. People come out. I remember one year it was like 10 degrees.
Well, you kind of need a little
of the night. 8 o'clock at night, and people came out. They loved it. So there's some hardy souls in this town. That's
I'm not gonna lie. If it's warm, it's not as nice. Like it's not. It's supposed to be cold.
Not the same,
It's supposed to be in the jackets. You're supposed to have the cocoa. I mean, we don't need tundra Arctic, and to be honest. If it snowed, that'd be even better. Like a little, not blizzard, but a nice little flurries and maybe leaving a dusting on the ground.
One year we had flurries. I remember that.
Beautiful way to celebrate that thing.
And we have hot chocolate and a roaring fire, so you don't freeze to death. But you should come ready. And we do have a lot of blankets. So,
Well, you'll be warm. There's a lot of fire barrels and cocoa and things to keep warm while you're waiting and while you're on the carriage ride itself. You can blanket up there and everything. But if you go to the Midday Lions website, RSVP, what is it like? 30-minute increments or however you sign up?
Yes, every 30 minutes we have a ride.
Very good, and it'll start this Friday or this next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the weekend after that too. Right. Right up to the weekend, right before Christmas.
Yeah.
So right up until that Sunday before Christmas, that would be the 21st, 22nd, something like that.
We let most of the churches know so that it's a good thing for a Sunday school class. Hey, let's all go together. Type of thing.
Make it a fun thing. And
tickets are $10, and it goes to a good cause. And this week I'll be handing out over 100 glasses to kids who couldn't afford them.
Yeah, that's where the Hondo, the Lions, the Midday Lions. I said Hondo Lions. I was about to talk about the baseball field. The Midday Lions, but the Lions Club in general. That's their tent pole thing is glasses, working with children, getting their vision corrected as soon as humanly possible.
Yes,
and so you coming out and getting in the Christmas spirit, and doing all that. That your $10 is going to help get sight or glasses and help vision for kids in our community. So.
Yeah.
And it's all local too. It's all right here.
All right here. That's right.
That's why there's so many Lions clubs. The Lions, they do it. They work right here locally. The Lions clubs and RTs are doing their thing for their kids. Same thing here.
I didn't realize when I joined that we're the largest group like this in the world. So, wow. Okay. Now we're pretty small in Roswell, but
sure.
Well, we are worldwide.
But international and so, and by the way, if you're interested in becoming a member of the Lions, I'm sure you could talk to them when you're out there on the night and talk to Larry or one of the other Lions members.
Absolutely. I'll be there every night.
Yeah, come out and be a part, and they're always looking for more members to get involved. And because you guys meet, every once a month?
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Mondays, first and third Mondays at Stellar Cafe.
Ooh, so Come and
We're in the back in the corner.
So you know you're going to have good eats and drinks when you're at the meeting because you're at Stellar.
That's good food, I have to admit.
They go great. And I love businesses that support the community that really, you know what I mean? And Stellar's always been that one. They're always hosting yourself or other meetings and things like that. They're a real community space. And so I love that. So yeah, come out there and have a cup of coffee and be a part of it and support them too. Good thing. But again, if you want to get in the carriage ride, if you've never done it, make this year your first year to do it. Again, it'll be next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of that, the next 2 weekends leading up to the Christmas holiday here. If you just Google Midday Lions Roswell, New Mexico, you'll find the website.
You bet.
Pretty easy. But give out that actual website one more time in case. RoswellMiddayLions.org. And of course, and I think you guys have Facebook too, right? You can type Midday Lions on Facebook.
No, we don't have Facebook.
No Facebook. Okay, no. I thought I saw one on there. But maybe
we had one that had the wrong number, so last year we had a lot of confusion. So we eliminated.
So it's defunct.
Yeah. And we take off from the Boy Scout office on West Aspen.
Yeah, on Aspen, right there.
Real close to the Mormon church.
That's where everyone meets up. Real easy to find if you get on to, what is that, Country Club?
Country Club.
Yeah, going to Country Club to Aspen. They're right there by the pine orchards and all that.
We're well lit.
Yes.
You know.
If you hit Sycamore, you went too far that way, and if you're back down by the Crossroads Church, you went too far. It's in between those two.
Right. Keep looking. Keep looking.
There's I can't remember. There's a church. Oh, there's Barbara. Okay, go have a seat. We'll get you on. But what you can do is I can't remember the church, but there's a church. Like if you're heading towards Sycamore, there's the road with the church, and then the one right after it is Aspen. I just can't remember the name of it.
There's a Mormon church right there.
Gotcha.
Latter-day Saints.
Latter-day Saints Church. That's what it is. I just know I see the steeple and everything. Like, it's the next road after that. Turn there. That's just my landmark for Aspen. But again, that'll be now. What time do you start?
6 o'clock.
6 p.m. And what time do you guys wrap up the last?
Well, last
ride?
One's at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So if you got the 3-hour windows,
that's really a chilly one.
Well, once it gets past that, you're probably ready to go home. It's a little cold, and you're like, I'm ready to go home to the fire and curl up and
you bet
wind up the day.
I will add that. If a company wants to sponsor a ride, 15, it'd be $150.
Okay.
15.
Excellent.
We can get 15. With nothing but kids, you probably get 18 on there, but we don't want to push that. So.
Yeah. The little ones, come on up here. We could but yeah. So, but even if you wanted to maybe treat your business or your organization or something,
Absolutely.
Hey, we watch a thing. We're all going to go ride go ride out with the Lions here.
Yeah.
Go on a carriage ride here.
Yeah.
Please do that. So.
And I might add with. Who's coming up next?
Barbara.
With Main Street, we're going to participate in the Lights Parade.
Yes, which is
Lights Parade tomorrow night.
Yeah,
right?
happening out here tomorrow, which Barbara will give us more information about.
Yeah, that's good. I've been to it several times. It's great.
Yeah, they got the tree light and everything. I think that's all tonight, and then of course tomorrow will be the light parade and all that here. So. Good deal. Well, thank you, Larry, as always, and we'll see you on Monday. Actually, we're going to talk more about we'll remind people on Monday, too.
Yeah, well, that's right. The Lions basically supports, or semi-supports, 2 troops and a pack.
In scouting,
Maybe 2 packs. I lost track. But that's a big thing. Almost all of our members are involved. Well, all of us are members in Scouts.
Yeah.
And,
well, Scouting and the Lions share a lot of common ideology.
Absolutely.
But thank you as always. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. And folks, get on there, get onto the Midday Lions website, start booking your trips. I'm telling you, once word gets out that they're on again, they fill fast. And there are a limited number of spots. You got a 3-hour window, basically 6 nights to try it out.
Right,
So get there early. And then, of course, you may have so much fun you want to come back the next weekend. So you better get that done, too, because you're going to go and then you want to bring some new friends next weekend.
Well, I don't know if we let them do it twice. That's bring your money, you'll get on.
That's right. We're gonna. It might be more expensive. No, just kidding. We'll get you. No, please. It's Monday your lunch. We'd love to have you come and be a part of it. So, thank you as always, Larry. We'll see you on Monday.
Okay. Thanks,
all right.
Mike.
All right. It is 9:26. Let's do this. We're gonna pause for news, hand the update, Cowboys report, and then Barbara Gomez will join us from Main Street Roswell on the other side. We'll be back here in 5 minutes. Don't go away.
Good.
Now your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Eddy County leaders have chosen Mike Gallagher as the new county manager in a prepared statement issued Thursday. The county says Gallagher will bring 20 years of experience in government administration to Eddy County. He most recently worked in Lee County. The statement says Gallagher has demonstrated a deep understanding of local government operations and a commitment to public service. His knowledge in managing complex projects, overseeing budgets, and fostering collaborative relationships will be invaluable to Eddy County, the statement says. And the Lee County Sheriff's Office is asking for some help. They're trying to find an armed robbery suspect named Jose Eli Benavidez. Benavidez is 23 years old. He's from Hobbs and is wanted for armed robbery, shooting at an occupied building, aggravated battery, and more. He was last seen in a gray passenger car on the Denver City Highway headed toward Hobbs. You can see Benavidez's picture on the Lee County Sheriff Facebook page. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Why won't Europe allow the importation of American food? Now think about that. That's pretty profound, isn't it? Because they don't like the chemicals, they don't like the coloring, they don't like the preservatives, they don't like the hormones that are used to grow our food, be it vegetables, fruits, whatever, and our meat. Why do people in Japan live 10 years longer than the average American? Could there be a connection between the food that we eat and can we improve the health of Americans, or at least give them the choice to improve it with knowledge? Again, as long as it's all, the choice will be yours. You can get the cheaper version and the hormones and the chemicals, or you can pay for a better quality.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, if you're scrambling to think about a good present for your loved ones, well, you can gift them peace of mind with a Burner less lethal launcher, or maybe just treat yourself. Now, with the Burner, you can be confident that you and your family are prepared to defend yourselves against any potential threat. It's simple to use. Now, the Burner launcher is safe. It is an effective defense solution equipped with powerful, non-lethal deterrents, including tear gas and kinetic rounds. You also can hit a target 60 feet away. It's capable of stopping any perpetrator or attacker right in their tracks. Why choose Burner? Because protecting your loved ones should never be a compromise. Now, it's legal in all 50 states. There's no background check required, no permit needed, and it can easily be shipped directly to your door. Now, that's why Burner is trusted by over 500 government agencies, police departments, and private security firms. Just go to Burner, byrna.com/Hannity. You'll get a 10% discount. That's byrna.com/Hannity. 10% off any purchase.
With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. A surefire Hall of Famer has likely played his last snap in the NFL. The latest news on 9-time Pro Bowl guard Zach Martin after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
In my 34 seasons with Cowboys Radio, there's no finer player or person I've had the privilege to work with than Zach Martin, the 9-time Pro Bowl guard who's been playing this season on an injured ankle that now requires surgery. His season is over, and maybe after 11 years, the same can be said for his NFL career, a hard reality for Martin.
I think after it not responding to some of the treatments we did in the last couple of weeks that I've done in the past that have really helped me, and to not get that kind of response that I was looking for, and being able to be who I am on the field is a big part of it. And, we just came to the decision that, hey, it's time to get this thing fixed and move forward.
Brock Hoffman will start once again in Zach Martin's spot at right guard Monday night against the Bengals. Kickoff will be 7:15 Central. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
That's right. I'm told my head resides. Good morning. It is 31 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio, all the way from the fourth floor.
All the way from Main Street.
That's right. All the way from Main Street. Oh, wait, that's where we're at right now. Barbara Gomez with Main Street Roswell back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
And normally you join us for the first Friday, but this particular one's a little bit busier than normal first Fridays. You're on 4. I need to put the right one on there. I'm used to people on 3.
Oh, man.
4. Sorry about that.
I was on the wrong mic. Sorry about that.
But yeah, tonight's the night. Tonight, tomorrow. This is the big weekend here for Main Street. If you want to get in the Christmas spirit, then you need to get your butt down here this evening to the Main Street corridor and come on downtown and hang out by the courthouse lawn and Pioneer Plaza. This whole area is going to be a bevy of fun and festivities tonight, tomorrow, all
just
couple days.
Just actually Friday and Saturday only this time.
Yeah, so all day Saturday and Friday as well.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
yep, that's
tons of stuff.
Trust me, there's a lot going on, even though it's a couple of days. So today, Mike, we start at 12 noon.
High noon.
Right now, we're setting up things up. So if you're passing by and you're seeing us, we're closing the street here.
Got some free time. Get out and help.
Absolutely. I could use some help.
Come on out and pick up a box or two and help out.
I actually have some New Mexico Youth Challenge guys out there. Those guys are incredible. I absolutely love them. And they're out there. Just to let you know, 4th Street and 5th Street from Maine to Virginia is closed.
Okay.
So if you're trying to go that direction, you might want to take another block over to one side or the other.
Gotcha.
If you are parked there, sorry, guys, you're going to need to move your cars. You're going to maybe boxed in for a little bit, okay? But we'll let you out. But anyway, this year, our downtown Christmas in downtown Roswell is basically what we are doing this time around.
And
we always have it the first weekend in December. So in case you guys were wondering, our theme this year is a little bit different. It's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, kind of a unique
twist.
It's
kind of a unique and fun. But you know what, Mike? I am finding that the community is wrapping themselves around this. I have seen at least 2, if not 3 floats that are going to blow your socks off.
They're all Nightmare Before Christmas
yes,
themed.
They're going to look.
There's a certain. It's got a certain niche feel, like the Nightmare Before Christmas, that movie, that theme. I compare it to a lot of where you have these groups that just fall in like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes,
how you have this certain group that they love that movie and they dress up. Nightmare Before Christmas evokes the same kind of.
Is it kind of like not Comic-Con, but what's that other thing that they dress up all?
Yeah, it is like a Comic-Con.
Kind of
exactly.
That kind of feel to it.
Con, or what do they call it? Yeah, it's exactly. The Nightmare Before Christmas evokes some of that type of lore to it.
But there is kind of a little bit of a love story and a feel-good feel to it.
It's a Christmas story with the Halloween twist, basically.
Yeah, kind of. Because I know I had some of my merchants downtown saying, "Hey, Barbara, I'm not sure how to do this. How do I do this? Is it Halloween or is it Christmas?" So what I did is I allowed, and not that I allow, but for them, I said, you know what? You pick whatever theme you would like to do and decorate your window.
If your float or your display is Christmas themed, that's all
That's all that matters.
But if you want to go with the Nightmare Before Christmas, then
you can make it very Christmassy.
That's kind of what the whole month. But you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with Frosty the Snowman and Saint Nick and whatever you do on your window display.
That's right. That doesn't matter. There will be a window decorating contest that will happen Saturday. Okay. We started on Saturday, so tomorrow.
And it's a popularity contest.
It is.
So vote early, vote often.
So just know that the way that the window decorating contest will work is those merchants that wanted to participate. So not everybody wanted to participate. We will go by and take pictures of them. They will go on our Facebook, the Main Street Roswell Facebook, and they'll be in a collage. So you can pick the one you like, vote for the one you like. The top 3 get baskets full of goodies from the city of Roswell and from downtown.
Rights,
yeah. So, and the other thing that we're doing, and it's starting today, actually, this afternoon, is going to be Shop and Treat. And what Shop and Treat is downtown, again, there will be merchants that will be participating in this. So I will give you a sheet that has their name on it, and it'll tell you what their discount is for the weekend. So maybe some will do 10% discount. Some might do buy one, get one free.
Each business has a unique special.
A unique special, but on top of that, Each different merchant will also be doing a treat of their choice.
So a little noshing while you
Yeah,
shop.
so some of them have
A noshing shop, but
oh, I should have said that. I should have called it that. But some of them have already said that they're going to do popcorn. I've heard cookies, candy. I've
Nice.
heard hot chocolate, hot cider.
If you're on a diet, probably not your best day.
Yeah.
Maybe say no on the treats.
But it'll be really, really fun for you to go up and
Christmas.
down.
If you're trying to diet on Christmas, that's your mistake. You never.
That's right. You start at Thanksgiving.
Never start a diet on Thanksgiving or Christmas.
No,
That's just bad planning.
Okay, so today we start at 12 p.m. and we end at 7 p.m. Now, the big thing that happens today, you guys, besides the food trucks, because we have, let me tell you a little bit about our food trucks.
Yeah, we got a great variety.
You know what? I didn't do a lot of food trucks this year because I really wanted to focus on just a few of them. So what you have is you have Tacos Pita, who has Mexican food, and they have really great tacos and all kinds of food.
You never go wrong with tacos.
Nope.
Ever.
Sandra's roasted corn. You know how much you love that during the 4th of July?
Yep.
You can get some roasted corn right here on the courthouse lawn this weekend. And who does not love donuts? Whole Food Mini Donuts will be there, so
They've
you can
been a
have
couple
yourself.
events, and they put out some pretty tasty treats.
Pretty tasty treats. And then I have Sodalicious. Sodalicious is a new kind of it's a drink area, but you might want to try that one.
Well, that's we got to wash down of the roasted corn
that's right.
and the tacos and all the sweet
over
treats.
on 5th Street, we're
Get you
gonna
soda water.
Yeah, get you something to drink. We're gonna have just like Nana's home cooking.
Okay.
So she's gonna have hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, all the good stuff
So if
you
love
like,
your
nachos,
cookout picnic type foods, they got you covered
She's
there.
got all that good stuff there. And right next to her is going to be ETS Concessions. They're going to be doing funnel cakes.
Ooh.
So those of you that love those funnel cakes, and just right there on 5th Street, right past these two vendors, is going to be the movie screen.
Excellent.
So let me tell you
movie.
what's happening today, though. Today, we're going to be playing, of course, Here Comes Santa Claus, Here Comes Santa Claus. So tonight, starting about 5:30 to 5:45, Santa with his elves will be being escorted to the courthouse lawn at around 5:30 to 5:45.
The entourage of
The
Santa.
entourage. So we're going to have the Chaves County Sheriff's Department.
Excellent. Sheriff.
They're going to make a lot of noise for us before and after Santa, because, we have to make a big entry for
We
Santa.
got to announce he's coming in.
And Mrs. Claus. So they will stop at the courthouse lawn. They will get down off their sleigh, by the way. They're going to have sleigh and reindeers tonight as well. And they will turn on our 17-foot Christmas tree.
Excellent.
They
So
will turn the light.
officially light the tree.
Officially light the
And
tree.
officially kick off
Yes.
the Main Street holiday weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they'll be there. We're not doing a lot of pictures tonight because the
tomorrow.
picture day is tomorrow. But the other thing we're going to
So
be
you can see
doing,
Santa, but it's not the time for meet and greets with all that.
right,
That'll
not
be tomorrow.
quite. You
Yeah.
can say hello. Last year they got mobbed. I mean, babies were being shoved in their arms. They were like the president.
Santa's
or something.
kind of a big deal.
He
I'm saying
is
he's
kind
a
of
Beatle.
a big deal. Yeah.
That's for a parent. I mean, Santa's Taylor Swift now. You got that kind of clout.
Do you know what's funny is that we were just recently over, by the way, and thank you to Texas Roadhouse. We did one of those dine and
Oh, the
donate,
Dine and Donate, yeah.
day there with them, and we had Santa and Mrs. Claus and the elves out there. I think I had as many adults wanting to take pictures with Santa as I had kids.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
get
really
it.
fun time.
Yeah.
So we are going to have some music on the courthouse lawn. So we want to have some Christmas music going throughout again. That starts,
Keeping the-
around noontime.
The festive feeling.
And we are going to have the folklóricos are going to be out there dancing.
Beautiful.
Charlie's Angels will be out there. I'm not sure exactly what time they plan to be out there, but they'll be out there. But what you do not want to miss, starting at 5 o'clock. So as soon as you get off work, run over there to the courthouse lawn, because we're going to have really happy to have this group. Award-winning Roswell High School Choir.
Oh, wow.
Will be there. So they have a big group, and they will be singing right on the courthouse
Excellent.
lawn, right behind the tree, because the tree is there. Sure. There's a little space, then the
Sure.
steps. So right there where you hear the music, it'll be the Roswell High School Choir.
Awesome.
And Mr. Brian Hunley, he is the choir director. And so he's going to do all kinds of fun Christmas music. Somewhere around there, we're also going to have the Community Christmas Choir, which is a group of adults that,
They like to sing and they get together.
And they get together.
Matter of fact,
and-
they're probably looking for new community members.
Yes,
While you're out there seeing them perform, talk to them afterwards. They might want you to join
they're
the
going to
group.
do kind of like a sing-along, I believe, Mike. So those of you that want to sing, Here Comes Santa Claus or Jingle Bells.
Kinda
or
join
Silent,
in.
Just join in. But the big group that's coming, which I'm really excited about, is the Mesa Middle School Panther Band.
Okay.
Is going to be there. I'm talking about 26 members, you guys.
Cool.
The full band. My husband is an official, so he does football and baseball and basketball and that type
Right.
of stuff. And he said to me, I had to go up to the person in charge of that and tell him what a great job I thought that they did, because they just blew it out of the park.
That's cool.
So there'll be 26 of them, full band, and they start around 6 p.m. And their music director is Mr. Joseph Flores. Okay, so make sure you come out and hear them. And directly after that, we're also going to have the Trinity Church Choir.
Okay.
So we're going to have all kinds of music. I was asked last year and again this year, Barbara, you need more music. So I was trying to get it out there.
Ask and ye shall receive.
I'm trying
That's
as
right.
hard as I can.
Well, great. And I love it. It's all, local. We get, we got the amazing, like the church choir.
Mhm.
You got the middle school. We got
Yeah,
the high
Mesa
school.
and high school.
And they got you got a nice gambit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And in
Yeah.
between all that, we may have some singers and just some regular DJ music with some fun music to light up the area and make
keep
it
the party
fun.
going a little bit.
Keep it a little festive there. Then on Saturday's going to be a really busy day. But Saturday, we're going to have Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus there from 11 o'clock till 3 o'clock doing free pictures with anybody. They'll be sitting in their sleigh. So bring the kids out. They're going to be giving out candy canes. So come out there, like I said, between 11 and 3.
Excellent.
The reason we have to stop it at 3 is because Santa and Mrs. Claus are also going to be in the parade.
Yeah, and
So they have to take a little break before they go get on their float.
They will be the
finale.
the climax.
Yes.
The big grand finale
Mhm.
of the kind of like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade that ends with Santa. So does the Roswell Light Parade. It ends
Yep,
with Santa.
it
And
sure does.
That's why we are there. It's always the rule in the Light Parade that Nightmare Before Christmas it up or traditional Christmas it up. But there's only one Santa in the parade, and it is the Santa.
Yep.
Now you can have Santa like blow ups or whatever.
Oh,
but
yeah. You can have all kinds of other
no people
Santas.
portraying Santa.
Yeah,
because we have
just-
Santa.
We just have one Santa, okay,
Yeah,
guys.
and
So
it is
please, if you have, if you're in the parade and you have a real Santa, I'm sorry, we're going to have to ask you to not have him sit up there because we only have one Santa.
We don't want to create any confusions or
Right,
take any shine
right.
from the real big guy.
The real big guy.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit about Saturday. Like I said, we are going to have pictures with Santa from 11 to 3 o'clock. That day, we will also have entertainment that day. We will have Así se baila, which is, the folclóricos.
Mhm.
Charlie's Angels will be there between 2 and 2:30.
And by the way, if you've never seen them perform, they just win national championships
They are-
year in, year out. They're one of the best
That's
dance
all we
teams
have
in the
is
country.
champions in this town.
They're
you know
one of the
what?
best. I'm not even saying the state in the country. They're that good. So
They are
if you
that
never had to
good.
see them, come check them out
Mhm.
on Saturday or Friday.
Yeah,
They'll be
yeah.
performing both nights.
Yeah, because I talked to Kim Castro. She's in charge of the Charlie's Angels, and so we're really thankful that she brings them out so we can hear them and see them. They're amazing. So, and then I have somebody. It's a solo singer. Her name's Deanna, and she's going to be singing from 5:30 to 6. And then the Christmas choir will be once again singing that afternoon. But the reason that Saturday's a little light is because on that day, not only do we have pictures with Santa, starting right at 6 o'clock starts the parade.
Yep.
And the parade this year, so far I have approximately, I say 28, but they still keep coming, floats. Everything from the Sheriff's Department, Charles Eastless will be leading the parade this year. But we have everything from Crumlin to...
Matter of fact, Larry was saying that they're doing their the carousel rides, or not carousel, the coach rides.
The coach rides,
yeah. For their deal, they're going to have their coach in the parade lit up and everything.
Oh, wow, that's gonna be so much fun.
One of many that'll be in the parade there.
So just to let you know, a few people that'll be there is we're going to have the Roswell Correctional Center. And let me just give a little shout out to the people out there. Did you know that last year they're the ones that built Santa sleigh for us? I mean, they're very creative, some of the guys out there. And some of our reindeers broke, so they are currently just working away right now, trying to get the reindeers ready to go by 5 o'clock tonight.
Excellent. Well, obviously, folks, the real sleigh is being serviced for Christmas. That thing's...
That's right. It's kind of a little early.
I guess there's like a Jiffy Lube in the North Pole that they keep this thing at or something like it. So that's so the sleigh you will see on tonight or in tomorrow rather.
And today and tomorrow, yes.
It is a show sleigh.
Yes.
Not his work sleigh.
It's not his work. It's not his work one. The
That's
other
right.
one's as left for special occasions.
This is his parade sleigh.
Like Christmas.
Yeah.
But just to give you a few things that we have, Street Kings, Toys for Tots, by the way, if you guys want to make donations to Toys for Tots, they will be having a booth at our location.
Yeah, you'll see the boxes around town, so drop them off.
Yeah, so the Roswell Animal Services will be out there. Also, they're going to have vehicles and walkers and dogs. Baby Miss America, Mavericks Dance Team. The Bureau of Land Management goes all out, you guys.
Really?
They are going to be there. They're going to have a float, a trailer, 2 BLM fire truck engines. They're going to have walkers, and they dress it up really nice. We're going to have UFO Skate Collective, some skaters.
Oh, cool.
Some trucks, some cars, the Green King. I'm going to have Wonder Woman there. Carla Overmeyer with her group, which is Search and Rescue. I believe that's what she's going to do.
Oh, yeah, they do.
She sent me a picture of her float, all decked out in Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm about to say, those folks are usually, they like to create and engineer things.
And engineer things,
And
so they do a
imagine they
great
got
job.
Quite a thing they've got.
Yeah, they sent me a picture of it, so I can't wait to see this. So we are going to have judges, Mike, to judge these
All
floats
right.
because top 3 people win. RPD is actually going to be in the parade, not working, but just going to be in the parade.
Well, not unless they have to. I'm sure.
Unless they have to, right? So you got to behave,
Don't make
guys.
them have to, is all we're saying.
So Roswell Shriners Club, the Alien Patrol for the Roswell Shriners Club, Chance Materials. You know, they're kind of new here in town, so we're glad that they're going to be there. Coca-Cola is going to have their huge, their semi-truck out there all lit up.
Well, Coca-Cola,
and they have that snowman also, so I don't know if
I
they're
don't care what
bringing-
anybody says. When I see the polar bears, I think of Christmas and
Yeah,
Coca-Cola.
that's what I was going to say. They're going to have their polar bears
in
out
my
there.
brain. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have Coca-Cola, Royal Rebels Cheer and Dance Team. You guys might have seen these trucks hanging around here. Clean U-Haul.
Yeah.
You know what? They've been helping to clean up our community, and they're going to be in the parade.
Excellent. Yeah, we've certainly needed their services over the last month here, that's for sure. So,
MST Car and Truck Club, they're looking to have 6 to 12 cars
they're
out
gonna
there.
have their, do they do low riders, classic cars?
I
all
do
that?
not know.
Oh.
All I know is that they're called
I'm sure they're gonna be
MST Car and Truck Club.
I'm sure they'll have all kinds of Christmas LEDs.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be really, really fun.
pretty tricked out.
Texas
That'd be cool.
Roadhouse will be out there.
Throwing out steaks. I'm just
Oh,
kidding. They're not
throwing
gonna
out. Maybe
T-vote for
maybe
you.
peanuts. Maybe peanuts.
Yeah, the peanuts would be a little better.
Maybe peanuts. Berkshire Hathaway will be there, and one of our biggies that we're going to have is Starbucks.
Awesome.
I did talk to Mr. Rob Tynes. You guys know Mr. Rob Tynes.
Yeah.
He used to be over here at
Westlake.
Yeah. But now he works for Starbucks in Artesia.
I was about to say, I think he's in Artesia.
He's in
isn't he?
Artesia,
Good.
but he's teamed up with the local Starbucks
Sure.
also.
Well, I thought
and
they all
they're
partner the different
they're
branches.
going to do a really huge, fun float. I can't wait to see theirs.
Good deal.
And one big one that I want to give a shout out to is the Roswell High School football team. They're going to have 50 players,
Nice.
state champions.
I'm about to say state champions.
State
Roswell High
champions,
football
and
team
they're
will
going
be
to
on
have fire trucks and 50 players.
Excellent.
So we should go
I imagine
out
there'll
there.
be a blue trophy amongst that group,
I
too.
would
'cause
think
that's,
so too.
you know, the
I
big
would think so
champion,
too.
yeah.
And of course, the grand finale is Mr. Santa Claus.
Yes.
And of course,
Santa.
don't forget, we are going to
And
have
Mrs. Claus joins him on the
Oh,
float,
yes,
right?
she
Yeah,
does.
They're
She
together.
does.
They're joined at the hip.
So that should probably be Santa, the elves, and maybe even the Charlie's Angels.
Okay.
And don't forget, somewhere in this mix is also Crumlin Auto Group.
Yeah.
Fire truck is going to be there as well.
His classic fire truck
Yep,
that he
and-
had.
and
That's a cool fire truck if you've never seen it.
Yeah,
It's-
that's very, very cool.
like-
So anyway, you guys, it's going to be great fun. So come out. As far as vendors that are sitting on the courthouse lawn, you cannot go wrong. We're going to have Perk and Jerk there, so you can have some great coffee. You want to buy some early gifts for people. We're
I hope he
going to
brings
have
the jerk, too.
Oh,
Not
I
just
hope
the
so
perk.
too. It's
I hope
really
he's got
good.
he's going to have the perk, but I hope he has the
I
jerk
hope
part.
he has a jerk
Some
too.
great
So
jerky,
we also are going to have Squeeze Into Please. They do lemonade. We're going to have the Salvation Army. Hey guys, if you have not had a chance to donate to the red bucket for the Salvation Army,
Please do.
They will be out there ringing the bell.
They've been doing a lot of work locally here.
yeah.
They've been feeding people, helping people,
Especially during this
resourcing
flood.
people.
They've just been helping.
By
a
the
lot.
way, I think it's the second Saturday of every month. They do a pancake breakfast for like $5, and
Oh,
it's all
yeah.
you can eat pancakes, and all the proceeds go back to help Salvation Army. So you want a great meal. I believe it's the second Saturday, but don't quote me on
Maybe
that.
so. I don't
Yeah.
remember for sure. But anyway, for knickknacks, T-shirts, gifts, toys. I've got a group called Accessories for Less. They have like four vendor booths full of toys. So if you're looking for stocking stuffers,
need help there.
Some fun things. I also have some of the ladies that were part of the, the Christmas event that got canceled. What was that like?
Holiday Magic.
Yeah, they were actually with you guys, Mike, over at the Historical Society.
Okay.
I'm going to have 2 of those there. They have jewelry.
Okay.
They have earrings. So if you're looking for something and you're not sure what to get, we have the Feather and Stone Emporium, which also has all kinds of fun stuff. St. Andrew's Episcopal Church is going to be out there serving hot cider and cookies.
Nice.
Desert Cowgirl Creations and Kim Conley will be out there.
By the way, the St. Andrews, they're the ones that also do the pet pantry and stuff. Where each month
yeah,
where
they do.
So, when you see them out there, ask them. Maybe you can bring them some food donations for pets and things that they can disperse. They do a lot of great work, as many churches.
Sure, and we are going to have a fun Christmas house for the kids as well.
Excellent.
With ETS Creations. So, you guys, this is going to be a fun weekend.
And of
Please
course,
come
visit
out
these
and join
Main
us.
Street merchants. When we talk shopping and Christmas, and this is the whole thing, is we want to come out and celebrate Christmas and celebrate Roswell and celebrate, that's the thing, but we also want you to use this as a chance to visit these Main Street merchants. Come into these stores and shop. I guarantee you're going to find probably exactly what you're looking for or better.
Right.
You're dealing with people that know exactly the stuff. Like it's not. I get it. You go to the box store, convenient to buy these things. But if you're like wanting to know things about, or if you're buying gifts for people that you really aren't knowledgeable in some of the things you're trying to buy because it's not your
and
cup
keeping the money local.
Yeah, and so you're getting better service, better products, better everything, and you're coming down here, and then it's all part of. And then, like you said, these are the same people that when you come knocking to support your kids and their
they're the ones that put those posters in their windows
these are
for
the businesses that do that. So I ask you, come on down tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, whenever, and get your Christmas shopping and go do your shopping and come participate in this stuff. But while you're out here celebrating and eating and doing and watching movies and all that, please come in and shop. Do these. Take advantage of the Nosh and I've already rebranded it.
Yeah,
Nosh
she's already.
Shop.
Nosh and Shop. So,
but take
thanks,
advantage
Mike.
of that stuff. These businesses are the backbone of our community, and every dime you spent there, that's going back to this community, and it's going back to better things. The grocery receipts that are bigger. Everything's bigger and better.
Help
when
to
you
grow
do that.
our Main Street, you guys, and we have everything you need. We have cookies, we have coffee, we have Mexican food, we have T-shirts, we have jewelry. Bullock's Jewelry is the oldest, best jewelry here in New Mexico, I'm pretty sure. We've got coffee. We've got whatever you need. Alien. I know we're not time for aliens right now, but guess what? Tourists still love aliens. So
and your neighbors and or your family and friends out of town.
When they come in for Christmas, when they come in for Christmas, where do they want to go? The UFO Museum.
I don't know how many years over the years I've sent relatives Roswell alien themed stuff for Christmas because that's what they wanted.
Yes.
And so it's right here. So.
Yes. So anyway, but thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone. Look forward to seeing you guys out here tonight. Come support.
MainStreetRoswell.org is the website. You can see everything, the scheduled events, everything we're talking about here tonight and tomorrow.
You might have to go to our Facebook for some of the schedules because these things are changing
constantly.
And then,
to stay up to date on the latest, if there's any other movings of schedules or any weather-related thing that we got to shift, whatever, the Main Street Roswell Facebook page is a great place to like and follow and stay up to date on that.
And guys, it is going to be cold. We are in all weather unless it just is a torrential rain. Sure. We are in all weather events. So wear your coats, your hat, and
I think
come
we'll be okay.
join us.
There is some chances of some rain today, sprinklings, but that's all supposed to be done here by midday. I think. Is it raining at the moment? Well, this is not supposed to be like lasting. Like I'm looking.
We need to shift it to Sunday here. What the heck? The good weather starts on Sunday, doesn't it?
Tomorrow's going to be cloudy early, then gradually becoming sunny, 54 for a high. So no talk
we
of
should
moisture.
be good tomorrow.
Yeah.
So come on out anyway today. We do have vendors. They're ready to help you out, and you can grab a few things. Plus, please come out and listen to the music that starts at 5, okay?
Come ready to sing, come ready to enjoy, come ready to shop, come ready to eat, come ready to
come ready to support. Thank you so much.
I guess officially kicks off at noon today.
Yes,
here
at noon today. Yeah. See you guys soon then.
Well, thank you, Barbara. I know you got about 70 fires to stomp out, so
thank you. Yeah, I got my 2 phones going already. So,
and I'm going to say you won't see her on Monday next week. She's taking the day off.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Mike. I'll let my board know that.
All right, tell me it's okay. And,
all right, Mike said it.
Next thing you know, I got a whole board like that radio guy. He's dead meat. That's kidding.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. We'll see you next time. 9:56 news. Quick break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some clouds and a few showers possible today. We have a cold front moving into the area. That'll keep us in the upper 40s to low 50s for the high and a fairly good chance of rain. Overnight, maybe a few scattered showers down to 40 and cloudy. We'll start off Saturday with clouds, but getting sunny in the afternoon and mid-50s. Sunday looks a lot nicer. We're back in the upper 60s and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Now, your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Eddy County leaders have chosen Mike Gallagher as the new county manager in a prepared statement issued Thursday. The county says Gallagher will bring 20 years of experience in government administration to Eddy County. He most recently worked in Lee County. The statement says Gallagher has demonstrated a deep understanding of local government operations and a commitment to public service. His knowledge in managing complex projects, overseeing budgets, and fostering collaborative relationships will be invaluable to Eddy County, the statement says. And the Lee County Sheriff's Office is asking for some help. They're trying to find an armed robbery suspect named Jose Eli Benavidez. Benavidez is 23 years old. He's from Hobbs and is wanted for armed robbery, shooting at an occupied building, aggravated battery, and more. He was last seen in a gray passenger car on the Denver City Highway headed toward Hobbs. You can see Benavidez's picture on the Lee County Sheriff Facebook page. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. America's employers added 227,000 jobs last month, more than analysts were expecting. Follows a dismal October report when employers hired just 12,000 people. In November, most of the new jobs came in healthcare, leisure, and hospitality. The unemployment rate ticked up a notch to 4.2%. It's the final monthly jobs report before an upcoming Federal Reserve meeting, at which Fed officials are expected to trim interest rates by a quarter point. China is fine-tuning policies aimed at revving up its economy as it braces for an uncertain future in relations with the U.S. Beijing has announced plans to give manufacturers a 20% made-in-China price advantage in sales to the Chinese government. Wall Street's benchmarks opened higher this morning, getting a boost from the November jobs report. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
I'm Kyle Stepp, a proud New Mexican, para-triathlete, and Be Well customer. After I lost my leg, I found a new purpose in life. With the help of Be Well, New Mexico's health insurance marketplace, I can push myself to be the best athlete I can be. Be Well connected me to low-cost, quality coverage from providers I trust. I stopped worrying about medical bills and started living my best life. Sign up for affordable coverage today at BeWellNM.com.
Santa Claus is coming to Roswell Nissan.
Ho, ho, ho!
Yup, the big guy himself is coming to Roswell Nissan, and you're invited to this special event Saturday, December 7th from noon till 3. Bring the whole family for ornament decoration, cookies and hot cocoa, and of course, your chance to get pictures with Santa. The Charlie's Angels dance team will be on hand for a special live performance, and gather the kids for story time with Santa at 1:30 p.m. Celebrate the holiday season with Santa Claus. Saturday, December 7th from noon till 3 at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Talk radio has landed on the all-new 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. In New York, a jury has sent a note saying it cannot reach a unanimous decision on the manslaughter charge in the trial of Daniel Penny, a former Marine accused of killing Subway performer Jordan Neely with a chokehold in May of 2023. The development came as deliberations had stretched into a fourth day. The jury is not permitted to consider the second count, criminally negligent homicide, until it has reached a unanimous decision on the manslaughter count. It was not immediately clear if the judge would send the jury back to try again to decide on the manslaughter charge, Penny pleading not guilty to both charges. President Biden sharing the latest jobs numbers.
The economy added 227,000 jobs in November, which was a solid recovery from the previous month. The president issued a statement saying America's comeback continues. He pointed to the still low 4.2% unemployment rate. Mr. Biden said there's more to do to lower costs, but said progress is being made for working families.
White House correspondent Greg Cluxton. Also at townhall.com, the investigation into and search for the masked gunman who stalked and killed the head of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, moving into its third day. Possible leads have emerged about his travel before the shooting and a message scrawled on ammunition found at the crime scene. Police did release new photos of a person that is wanted for questioning. Iran is poised to quite dramatically increase its stockpile of near-weapons-grade uranium. According to the International Atomic Energy Agency head Rafael Grossi, he said Iran had begun preparing advanced centrifuge cascades to spin at nuclear facilities to increase its supply of 60% enriched uranium. Stocks are mixed. The Dow dropping 31 points, the Nasdaq Composite up 100.